let's just jump into it. Timer will start when we have control, which we do almost instantly in this game. So, ActRaiser 2, played this for the first time in the 2 hours of hell, and I had to beat the game in under 2 hours. Obviously, that wasn't going to happen. Took me over 8 hours. But over time, I came to love the game, and now I can do normal mode in comfortably under 2 hours. Even after years of rust, I've still got it. But this is hard mode, and hard mode changes up quite a few things. Enemies have more health, your magic charges slower, you have fewer lives per level, and all that comes together to make a really rather difficult experience in a game that's already really rather difficult. So, let's get the timer going, because we do have control. And let's get moving. We'll do the levels vaguely in order. Yeah, you can do them as out of order as you want, really, but Indistant tends to be the go-to number one. Gives so many people so many problems, and it really doesn't strike you as a first level, because you get inundated with enemies. They're already damaged sponges. You get a mid-boss that'll kick your ass if you don't know how to deal with them. And the end boss, oh my. And it's got you starting from the start each time, so failure feels incredibly punitive. Ha ha ha. The master, he swings his sword. The little gobbos, they jump down at me. I'm wondering if I'm not better off to just take the high road here. Take the Mihen high road. More than anything, I'm going to save time. Not that I really am worried about my time. I want it to be good, but I don't have points on the line or punishment games at the ready. What am I trying to get at with my babbling here? What I'm getting at is that I want a good time, but I don't need a good time. You need me to have a good time, or at least a time accurate to what you think I'm going to take here. Right, oh, okay, I was about to say I shouldn't be taking any risks with this guy, but what do I go and do? I take risks, and I get punished for it. Oh, wow. Who taught this guy how to play? Alright, you just get out of here now. Well, that was kind of miserably done. As I recall in hard mode, you also take extra damage from certain things. For example, the mud on the ground there, I'm pretty sure does biblical damage on hard mode. So let's do our best not to interact with it. And if we do interact with it, let's at least use our iframes that those toads will surely give me. Oh, please make it. Then there's this jump. Like, this jump is a stuff of nightmares. You bonk your head on the wooden bit here, but you... Oh, bollocks. It's not even clear how much you have to stand on there. Yeah, see, the mud just instantly killed me there, because it does ridiculous amounts of damage on hard mode. And again, this is the first level. Made by mentalists. For mentalists. And yet you fail that jump and you have to deal with this suffering Suffocash again. I really need to figure out how to quick kill this guy better. I take way too long dealing with him. I'm not very invested here because I've already lost a life and go straight back to the start, so I'd rather spend some time figuring out how to do him in a bit quicker. But yes, demolished on the first level because I couldn't make a jump. Thanks for demonstrating the mud kill, says Paddy. Well, I'm just teasing out a bit of disparity with the timing predictions here. Maybe I made that more than 7 hours thing a little bit too easy to vote for, because as much as I would like to get this done within 5 hours, 7 hours seems realistic and less delusional. So you can get the flying buggers up in the tree line above you, and of course you can't see them unless they're low enough like that one was. So I prefer to just give it a bit of time, if I can. Yeah, there you are. Thank you for showing yourself. The Master handles like a school bus. The Master, of course, being the character we're playing as here, our chiseled Herculean exemplar. Alright, you know what? In the end, I think you're just better dealt with that. Just get a head start on the damage so I'm not wasting my life fighting this thing. Get out of here. So I had something interesting about the bosses, that their hurt boxes are actually tied to the music. So the music cuts off or plays its outro or whatever, and then the bosses no longer have their hurt box, which is why fighting against the snake monster in the refight up in Babel Tower... Oh no! The deadly mud. Getting sidetracked there. Yeah, that's why the snake can hurt you while it's dying, unlike all the other enemies. It still has its hurt box, because the music is still playing as it does in the tower. I'm trying to think of any game that's been played where mud is the deadliest enemy, other than the raucous game of invading Russia. So in that respect, I guess Hearts of Iron 2. 3, rather. 4, maybe. You already demonstrated the mud. Well, we're going to learn the mud again. Whoever learns something being told it once. Not this guy. So the down stab is my favorite attack. Unfortunately, it only does 2 damage, and one thing about hard mode is it usually bumps up enemies' health to the point where that won't kill them anymore. The diagonal stab leaves you more open, but does 3 damage. There's a lot of consideration as to how to fight with Master. Right. Even if I do make this jump, without dying horribly to the mud, and it is a bollock of a jump. Like, I am very, very good at my platformers, but this jump, ugh, tight as a particularly tight tiger. I'm not actually feeling good about beating this level here, because I already wasted some magic. That said, went and got some back. Is that magic always there? Yeah, so I usually like to just spam magic on this boss and murder him, because he can drag you into the spiky bits at the side, and that will do you in. I think it was Dark Young who was very confused as to why he was getting injured by the spiky grass at the side. And I guess maybe it's not immediately apparent that it is deadly. It can be hard to tell what's foreground and background, especially when we're essentially standing on a pile of wet leaves here, right? Fight with Master, says Ninjin. Oh, I'm glad Ninjin made it in. He says, what a treat. Good luck, Jake. I'll be watching this one to the fullest. I'm glad he comes in for when I win and not for when I'm making a muddied mess out of the Master. Can't explain away how the fact that 2-minute level took me 8 minutes, though. Alright, Master, you have done it! Now, diligence will yada yada. I've never really listened to what they have to say. I have forgotten what this opens up, though. Is it Modero? Is this the escargot level? Something about starvation and a giant snail, so I think so. Elispid says, so many bets on the 7 hours. I'm going to have to take a pause and see what the odds are looking like once the betting window is closed. And you got 8.5 minutes to put it in. I love gambling, so for all of Twitch's mishaps, I gotta say their ability to enable gambling. This is not the escargot level. Oh no. What have I done? I was not ready for this. You thought the mud was deadly. What about when the mud has teeth? Please leave. Normally you would crouch stab those things to death, but we're not in Normalton today. That was incredible. The odds of getting a drop out of an enemy are very, very low. And they can give you score, magic, or health. And I just got I just got magic and health without any waste of time score. Oh, jeez, okay, you don't duck for those ones. Sorry, not normally something I have to care about on normal mode, because you just absolutely mince your way through this level. Jumping and flying and not at all engaging with the level itself. Master's Shield is really interesting. Normally you have a shielded unit in a game, you just block everything that comes in front. Master's Shield actually has a very specific hitbox. And if it goes above or below the shield, it will miss the Master. Miss the shield and hit the Master. I don't know where my head is at today. So yeah, and it can really matter whether you aim it up or down, and for the love of God, don't move when you're using it. Get out of here. Turducken for dinner tonight. Very typical video game design thing there. A pit that you're meant to jump into, but if you jump over it, you get a nice bonus. Then there's this. This shouldn't really be any different from normal mode, but... Oh, I suppose the down stab kills those things in one hit on normal mode, huh? Now we gotta double stab them. Those spikes are incredibly deadly. Were there always flying enemies here? I don't feel like there were. Shouldn't be any different from normal mode, right? Oh, jeez, I am getting roasted alive here. I don't think there are more enemies. Maybe it's just the fact that I can't one-shot them as putting me into a funk. I don't remember those flying things, though. Oh, dearie me. Pretty sure there were. Also, yes, you do have new enemies in interesting places. I have no recollection of this at all being a challenging part of the level. It's just an auto-scroller. But now, yeah, the flying buggers, these things not dying in one hit, well, they can die in one hit if I do that. But those spikes are so deadly that you really lack the room to maneuver. Devilish. Absolutely devilish. I'm quite glad for it, though. Isn't it great how levels or games that you know inside out can present you with fresh, new challenge? Or is this a Fox and Grapes moment? Oh, jeez. Well. Didn't he already finish this, or was that one? I finished this on normal mode. I've done so a few times, but I've always been interested in throwing in my hat on hard mode. Right, and this is where you come in, huh? I might just take the damage and keep on grooving. Oh, jeez, I have tried and failed to do that jump through the spikes. Perhaps I should stop trying and also stop failing. This could get ugly, though, assuming that I'm at the boss now. I have no real health with which to deal with him. I do have plenty of magic, though, and if you want to deal with this guy nice and easy, you just go, hey, sucker, suck on this. And then die. Oh, that was so close to being ideal, but I missed the platform. Okay, well, back we go. Speaking of new challenges, I heard they finally fixed Gleba Death World 2.1. The only Gleba mention was fixing a bug that I reported about a year ago now. Well, such is the Factorio way. Okay, but we now have all the information, so defeating Moderno should be nice and easy. And it only took 7 minutes to get that information. Hey, those things do still die to one hit. Oh dear. Get me out of the deadly mud. I'm having a horrible time here. It's not even worth retrying like that. Let's just go and feed ourselves to the mud. Hello, mud. How much damage was that? I think the answer is yes. I believe in you, Jake, says JJ. Sub 3-hour lobby all the way. You are delusional today, JJ. Did the odds suck you in somehow? Consider those other times we have 13 hours, 18 hours, 14 hours. I'm meant to trim off over 10 hours from them. Yagamoth is very good at video games, and he had the joy of watching all the other people run it. I'm sure those are just skill issues. Well, you'd be familiar with that. Oh, right, you aim up as well. Wait, do you aim up on normal mode? I have no recollection of that. Oh, jeez. Some of the jumps are pretty tight, and as we've ascertained, that mud is deadly. Just wanted to be sure that those things don't die in one hit to my jump sweep attack. Okay, so these things do 8 or 9 damage. Oh, actually, clearly I was dying there so I could check how the votes went. It should tell me the votes that have come in, but it's not actually telling me. How bizarre. I'm going to refresh that just in case. There we go. Wow, huge majority vote on 7 hours plus. So there's a lot to be made. And I see some people did the cheeky little tiny bet on the odds that had no backers. So they risk nothing and they can gain everything. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to trash Lure's time, but that's not a fair comparison. Lure was brand new and did not have the joy of watching more or less the entire ActRaiser marathon. That's how we do it. That's how we claim we do it. And this one, jump at the very end, double jump at the apex, then you can make the jump. Oh, joy of joys. Oh. Jeez. Definitely want this, that extra 1-up. Alright, yeah, don't duck for that either. Whew. Getting well and truly bodied. One can hope that that health pickup is still here. You... Oh, jeez. Those flying winged skull buggers. How very typical that I get to the end of the level on my first try, and then, what, my 6 or 7 attempts thereafter. All struggle in new and interesting ways. There. It's more like it. Yeah, I'm all but certain those guys don't shoot up on normal mode. My muscle memory does not register that as something I had to deal with on normal mode. Could it be that players are worse for having experienced normal mode? All the complacency sets in. What did I pick up there? Did I pick up magic? Feels like it. Love that little tink noise that your shield makes, though. Right, you again. Takes really long to charge up your magic on hard mode. Quite dispiritingly long. But I think it's well worth just roasting this bird alive. It's a little dangerous, though, because there will be a boss rush. There's a mini-boss rush and a boss rush, go figure. The mini-boss rush comes at the end of a difficult level, especially difficult for its platforming. So perhaps that bird being killed by magic here is actually going to serve me worse in future, because I won't have the experience of dealing with it. But surely by the time I get to that level, I've ironed out all the kinks. That was foolish. I should not have gone for that. But I did go for it. Maybe I should just go for it walking under that. I have failed every single time to do the slash through the spikes. And I know it can be done. I've done it before, but you're not usually under so much pressure on this sequence. Ah, Yagamoth is here! I heard there's ActRaiser 2. Best of luck. Well, the man who inspired it all. Nobody was doing ActRaiser hard mode until Yagamoth himself stepped up. And what a treat it was. Right, this time, just walk. Don't even care about the damage. Oh, okay, but don't walk too early. Oh, boy, what a nightmare. They don't place these spikes differently on hard mode, do they? It's kind of crazy how much harder this feels. Dark Young keen to remind us that he passed this level. Are you sure you didn't mean you passed on this level? You got this, master. I wonder if I could do this. Oh, that's good. I think the clever thing to do is go for a very shallow... Oh, this is what I should be doing. Yeah, look at that. Look at that scrub. Uh-oh. Okay, right. I'd rather take that slight hit than eat the damage that I'd set myself up for. So if I can avoid the blood mud this time, I should be in a good space to obliterate this boss. And you absolutely should just obliterate this boss, whatever the easiest way is, because he does not feature in the boss refights, so there's nothing to really learn about fighting him. Oh my god, how did I miss the platform? I thought I jumped right on it. Oh, wow. Kind of felt like I phased through the platform. Yeah, all I had to do was just jump and stab the boss there, and he was done. Maybe learning to avoid the mud would help. Well, I've just been demonstrating the attack prowess of the mud in every level so far. Why stop? My run can be a cautionary tale for all. That jump there is so antsy because it's incredibly tight getting towards the end. And you absolutely want that one up. Well, the way I'm playing, you'd think you absolutely want to be taking all this extra damage as well. Oh, I get it. They had the flying buggers so you can't just... can't just fly your way through. Kind of like Castlevania Medusa heads with the role they play. My points were wondering if you could stop, sir. Let's see, you were the third gamble, so you're thinking I'll take between 4 and 4.5 hours. Ambitious. The most and possibly only ambitious person to have ever lived in Ayrshire. Whew. He just about faked me out. I thought he was dead there. But you can't fake out the fake out master. Yeah, I wonder which came first, this or Castlevania. Well, obviously Castlevania. My thought was on Castlevania 4 with the things that shoot at you, but that precedes Castlevania 4 by a long shot. I think those skeletal creatures that blast projectiles at you were in the very first Castlevania. I should know, I ran it. So one thing I particularly want to enjoy from hard mode is you get the true ending where the master doesn't die. The master lives forever. In the regular ending, you watch a credit scroll as you watch Master's statue slowly crumble apart, showing that for all the hardships he went through, people actually forget everything he stands for. Kind of tragic in a way. Even sadder ending than Terranigma's. Okay, you are gonna have to go Skull Medusa head thing. And what was our idea here to get through this? Probably. Ooh, now that I like. I like it so much that I'm going to miss it. Okay, we're done here. Unless I somehow run out of magic, partly due to completely missing that magic pickup. Never have to dive through these, points out Ninja. You just have to get the timing right. Ah, yes. That was odd. Oh, yeah, that's what I meant by burning all my magic and dying anyway, because I had almost no health. See, on normal mode, your magic charges up so quickly that this guy, he's just gone before you have to deal with any actual threats. But now, blip. That's how it was meant to go the very first time we met. 90% of the time that I use magic, I use the triple orb thing, because it just does monstrous damage. The individual orb's not that much, but it tends to hit each time. Also covers a wide amount of the screen. Sucks to do the big, powerful dive Phoenix attack, only to find that you completely flubbed the shot. Alright, Master, you've done it, yes. I have, haven't I? Now, do we dare go into the Demon's Cave? No, I'd rather do the level I came here to do, which is Benefig. This one has the big slug. Terranigma by Beloved. Yeah, I love Terranigma. Used to play it every year. These days, not so much. I still love the game, but there comes a point when you're just playing it for the sake of playing it. Doesn't seem right. That said, each time I played Terranigma, I found something new. I didn't know until one of my much later playthroughs that if you return to Tibet at the end of the game, that girl with the psychic powers who tricks you in Zombieland, I forget her name. I want to say Malon, but it's definitely not Malon. She's actually there, and she professes how she'll always have your back. What the heck was her name? Malon? Malin? Malin, yeah. The names are tricky to my Anglo mind. Whew. Aggressive buggers on this map. And of course the extra health that they all have is catching me off. I keep thinking they should be dying one swipe closer than they are. That was a score pickup, absolutely useless. I have never, in the history of games, ever cared about score, nor have I ever known anybody to care about score, and I'm a DDR player. Oh, that's a change, right. These things you need to do the big dive to take them out. Well, to take him out in one shot. It's really, really technical how to move the Master, because he has a pretty good fluid moveset, but he just handles like a bloody bus. Also, this boss is an absolute joke. Who on earth would die to him? I mean, look at that. You just stand in place and he can't hurt you. Try and hurt me. I won't do anything. Joker. Be cautious of the snake. I'm pretty sure this one won't hurt you if you walk into his explosions, but I will never ever forget that clip of Yagamoth dying to an already dead snake. Why? I beat that guy. That guy is completely toxic. I don't know how to dodge him at all, even on normal mode. He's just there for you when you crash land. Yeah, these extra hit point bats are going to be quite the nuisance. Especially when, as is the standard, enemies do more contact damage than attack damage most of the time. Okay, I better commit that one to memory, because he would normally die in 2 hits. Alright, maybe I can bait him out by jumping through. Or maybe I cannot, and maybe we just have to cope with being hit there. Okay, this is getting out of hand. Oh, I didn't know the bats had projectiles as well. Oh my, that 7-hour approximation's looking more and more dangerously accurate. Which is not something we agreed upon. Oh, please stop. No! No slideys, no slideys. Okay, good. There we go. Oh, it's magic! I don't need or want magic. I need or want health. Well, who would have thought level 2 has such difficulty up its sleeves? We have been defeated. Will the next long play be Morrowind? I never intend on playing Morrowind ever again. That was an incredibly miserable experience. Playing through Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim taught me that Oblivion is the only good Elder Scrolls game, and even then, by the time I finished Oblivion, I was done with it. Absolutely no intention of checking out the Oblivion remaster. Oblivion and the Elder Scrolls games in general sell a nice fantasy, they just can't deliver it. But hey, maybe the Elder Scrolls 6 can come along and do that. I mean, it was announced, what, a decade ago? Surely it's ready to rock and roll by now? Where did that bat go? Oh, it went away, I guess. Thought I just saw him vanish before my eyes. Yeah, the slight changes here are causing so much trouble, which is a sign of an extremely well-balanced game, I'd dare to say. So I'll say it. Oh dear. That's a troublesome spot to die in, because it means that it's easier or better to just restart the level so I have all my lives. Good thing these spikes are here for exactly that. Huh. Okay, the spikes do, I think, less damage than this crusty old thing. Many are starting to believe that the ES6 announcement was for Microsoft to buy them. Doesn't seem outlandish. I remember buying a cart of ActRaiser 2 after the marathon play and practicing the continuous challenge. I got sidetracked and never finished. I think I could beat this game on normal without continues. In fact, on my last run, wasn't I pretty close to doing exactly that? Hard mode continuous, though, I would have to route the game, and I never play games to that effect. When it becomes a second job to figure out how to run games like that, I could never do what you do, Yaga. Yagamoth to the uninitiated. He's so venerated. He's an excellent runner of plenty of games, but in particular, he runs Secret of Mana like a god. He can do a one-player, two-controller. And he's been in some speedrun events, if my memory serves. Okay, let's try and preserve some of that health so we can have a fighting chance at the second part. You, however, what do I do here? Maybe I could bait the bats out. And then make out like a bandit. That contact damage is getting out of hand, though. I really need to avoid it better. Oh, crumbs. All that for 2 hit points. I think that ultimately cost me. Hey, Callum. What's your ActRaiser 2 time, Callum? For the life of me, I can't remember. Don't fall for it. Callum could never fall for my tricks. He invented half of them. Don't know why I keep trying that upward shot. It never lands. Easy. Now let's find out. Do you hurt? No, because the music is already playing its outro. If my understanding of this game is even remotely correct. Right, I have some ideas on how to deal with this. One thought is that those spikes actually only do 2 damage as opposed to the lizard thing's 3, but I could also... Okay. I could get hit by everything. That works. Not for me, but it works. Oh, jeez. Stay dead, lizard friend. Stay away, bat friend. Oh, bollocks. Right, bat, maybe just get you off screen and we no longer talk about that. And this time, let's not get baited into the... Ooh, we baited him out. Master's doing all the baiting here. Good job. Oh, no, no, the bat. The bat got free. Right, could we just be done here? He had a friend. Okay, this is a little risky because I want to murder the boss with my magics. But if I mess up at any point, I'm going to die. That was messing up at a point, but it might be enough of not messing up not to matter. The side at which those rocks hit you is relevant, and you do need to aim your shield accordingly. Because when aiming up with your shield, you don't protect your entire body. Done. Whew. With a sliver of health left, just means we did Benefic nice and efficiently. Have you tried not getting hit? See, this is why Callum is the brains of the operation. He comes up with these ideas that never would have crossed my mind. Master, you have done it! The French are eating good for a long, long time. Alright, let's get into the Demon's Cave. Yaga, if memory serves, you're Swiss. What percentage of you feels affiliated towards the French? I always imagine the making of a Swiss man is taking a little bit of French clay, mixing it with a bit of Italian clay, mixing a little bit of Germanic clay, and you end up with one solid Swiss golem. You can't ask a man that! Oh, I am not looking forward to this level. I normally just rush through the whole damn thing on normal mode, but as we can instantly see here, these enemies don't give 2 hoots about my attacks. And I can't crouch stab them to a horrible death because they can handle more than 2 points of damage. I foresee some difficulties here. Whew. Okay, maybe I can make it through one screen. Anything's possible. What a strange question. I'd say about 5%. I had French language class that I was terrible at grade 6 all the way into my apprenticeship. 5% French. I think that's manageable. You still become a fine man at 5% French. Gosh, what a nasty level, and it's just not one that I ever remember anything about. Because again, why would you spend any time here on normal mode? Just rush through it, take minimal amounts of damage. The health drops, I'm pretty sure, are diluted as well in hard mode. I'm on death's door already. What about you? What do you even do? Oh, you buy time for your minions to come and ruin my day? Okay, with one single health point left, we enter the next part and immediately die. I remember this level in particular. It took me a while to just memorize and find a reasonably clean execution to get through it deathless, says Yaga. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to take this a bit slower, or else it's going to cost me time. I'm also starting to really worry that the 7-hour-plus betters are going to be making... not huge returns, actually, because most people bet on that. But they're going to be making returns here. My 5-hour estimate's already feeling like it's crumbling. I think my points are gone, says Young. Hope you weren't too attached to them. It's not like you even would have bet that much, right? Right, does this guy even drop down? Well, he drops dead. But yeah, maybe the trick here is just take it slow, kill everything you see, because otherwise they gang up on you and life becomes awkward. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. What the heck? Ah, right. Complication comes from unlimited respawns. Also, the sheer speed at which they drop in on you like that. Very nasty. Very, very nasty. Which stages has Jake done so far? 1, 2, and 3, if we count this as 4. If you're extremely good at how quickly you can hit down and attack, I think you can more or less jump, crouch, stab your way through the whole game, but I don't have that kind of rhythm. Because the jump down stab gives you slightly more invulnerability frames than you need. So you essentially jump stab out of your jump stab, and then life is good. Yeah, like that guy. I'm pretty sure you can jump down stab through him, but since I clearly don't have that skill, maybe we should warm up with another level, actually. Let's pretend none of that happened and work our way over to the tortoise. Yeah, PJ has destroyed ActRaiser. He can blitz through the game very impressively. I wonder if he still streams. I used to watch his stuff like 10 or 12 years ago. It's got these frustrating enemies. In fact, there's a lot of frustrations in this level, because you got those guys that just run away, these things that tank damage like crazy, and then those pink things that just explode. I think you can get through by just... Oh, Crivens. Oh, yeah, the sharks! How could I forget the sharks? The sharks certainly don't forget me. Alright, now if you can get through this level, it's really, really fast. But you have to remember how to get through the level, and me and Memory have never had much of an understanding. I ask Memory to remember something, and it says, what was that? Getting pretty good at the whole hitting with the diagonal slash and backing off, though. A valuable skill. Now this place, if I recall well, you just want to say nope and get out of there. That shark's going to get his nibbles. Oh, or not. Failed at shark duty. Okay, I was hoping to fly across the level there. My hopes were... Oh, well, they were dashed. Now they're not so dashed. Oh, the spikes. Landing on his eye and crouch stabbing the boss to death is a shoo-in for victory. But did I forget about his spikes? You better believe I did. Not sure if they're instant kill, but they're probably instant enough kill. Kind of interesting compared to, say, the Mario ghosts, which shy away when you look at them. Having enemies that shy away when you attack seems far more logical, and of course you can catch them. You let it catch you? Alright, let's try that again, shall we? Bait you out into an attack. Ow. Bait you out into an attack. I should have just kept stabbing. Done. Alright, no fear, and you'll have no fear. You ain't getting any younger, old man. Yeah, like as old as Orin now. And nowhere near as cool. PJ does still stream. He recently embarked on solo character challenge runs. That's another thing that Yaga does. Final Fantasy V solo character runs. All sorts of Final Fantasy V runs. Right, now Altheria is open. Altheria is a royal pain, as most of the levels are. Are there any levels that aren't painful? I suppose the tortoise level I just did there is not very painful if you know the route. And speaking of knowing the routes, the Goblin King level is nice and easy if you know the route and you can deal with the Goblin King. Despite having done the route just a couple of months ago, I've managed to forget it, and I have no idea how to deal with the Goblin King. I don't do a good job of selling this game as a fun experience, whilst at the same time asking everybody and their dog to run it. Okay, let's just not have anything to do with you. Contact damage is beyond painful. Let's get a pick-me-up. It's not a pick-me-up, it's magic, but the shark was very kind enough to drop me 2 whole hit points. Very generous. Oh! I did not know that there were spikes down there. Or maybe at some point I did, but it's lost technology to know that. Memory is a lost technology. Alright, how about you then? Oof. Awful. Lure brutalized the poor king. You got a good pattern and just slaughtered him dead. Well, that's the way to do it. When life gives you goblin lemons, something, turn him into lemonade. And the thing is, you can corner him and bully him, and you can destroy him with magic. But if you mess up either of those, he suddenly just starts flying around the screen, he makes himself his shell. He does the finger bang attack, where he just suddenly takes out his finger and rams right into you, which is very unpleasant. Don't really know how to deal with that, short of just jump stabbing through it. And good luck figuring it out because I don't think he telegraphs it much. Yeah, a very difficult fight in a game full of difficult fights. I wonder what's better to go here, up or down, because Shark Lad here... Yeah, I knew he'd have my number. But I feel more cornered down there. I wonder if he ever attacks up, the Shark Lad. I suppose that's something I'm happy not knowing the answer to. This guy just hurts me so hard with a shark, so let's just not have anything to do with him. Or his friend comes along, that's also fun. You have a timer in this game, but it's really of no consequence. In fact, I'm not sure if anybody's ever timed out on any level or any part of a level in this. Because it's very generous. These are hardly Nintendo seconds, and you get them back on transition. Right, what's the story here? I think the story is I'm dying. Right, again, a lovely little jump routine to make in this game. After all, it is an action platformer. Still laughing at Dark Young saying there's nobody alive who hates platformers more than I do. They just said with such conviction it can't not be funny. Right, enough of you, Shark Lad. There we go. And your friend. Oh, well, your friend's eaten today. What have we here? Probably I wanted what was over there on the left. Not the death, obviously, but let's keep that in mind. Life's full of options. I think actually what you can do is you can do that and then... Does he bugger off for good, or does he come back? I think he's buggered off for good. Buggered off for good. He'll never come back. I think the back fin of the shark has a large hurt box, or a hitbox rather. Ooh, it was a 1-up? Unheard of generosity from this game. How? How did I mess that up? I was okay with that. Right, not the world's best setup. And we're not even at the end, are we? Kind of. You just sod right off, and in fact, if you do the flying glide, you could just glide slash the face to the end. I'm hesitant to use magic because my health is so low, because if I die, no second chances on that magic. How does this work again? Yeah, badly. Well, that's why I didn't want to waste my magic. How do you cancel magic? Oh dear. Again, poorly. Oh dear. Oh, this is going very, very badly. Oh, damn. Yeah. Yeah, I let her corner me. I did not get out. I kept flubbing the jump onto the bottom pillar by gliding off of it. Ah. Well, there's 1 hour down. I must say that's going to dash the hopes of anybody going for below 3 hours on their betting. Especially since we haven't reached the Goblin King. We haven't done the bug-infested undergrounds. Never mind the Golden Dragon. This game is full of hardships. And if the bets were open at this point, suddenly that more than 7 hour bet is looking even more tantalizing. You know, I said I preferred the top route. I'm going to go against my own words and take the bottom. Oh, right, the spikes. Yes, I did completely forget about the spikes. Please end me. I need my life back. Don't underestimate how big it is having +1 life on normal mode either. Usually means you can burn 2 lives, get to the boss, and then just use the full final life and all your magic to destroy them. Oh god, there's a centaur as well. Ooh. Would someone that does not love Super Mario Bros. 1 finish it in 1 hour 40 minutes and 35 seconds blind, says Ninjan. Nobody could accomplish such a thing. They'd have to adore Mario and platformers in general to achieve such a competitive time. Are you going to finish this in one go? Absolutely, because we're not doing the long play vote until I'm done with this. Maybe diving down there is not my brightest idea. There's no real way to avoid that 4 damage. 4 contact damage. Oh, jeez. Ooh, what's this? 5 health for me? This game continues to be so generous. Those sharks, on the other hand, oh, they can go straight to shark hell, which is probably somewhere in Japan. Yeah, that guy, he does not have a symmetric hit and hurt box, I'm certain of it. Not that he has to. You jammy bugger. No alpha time. Let's not live on alpha time. That's no way to live. What was this again? I've completely forgotten the way I meant to go here. I think I meant to go right-ish. Yep, right into the spikes-ish. Okay, the solution is just walk to the right. What? Okay, well, we learned something interesting. The spikes kill in one hit, which I'm quite certain they don't on normal mode. Yeah, we don't have alpha level time, but we've got alpha level gameplay. What was alpha's time on ActRaiser? Competitive is not a word that I would use for it. I was tempted to write out all of the times, but the list was getting a bit insane, so I just took the hard mode times. Otherwise, I would feel very bad about being compared to all the normal mode times, including my own. Oh, so one of the reasons I wasn't around much in the past week was I was in Big Huge Large, the Archipelago event. Tons of fun, as is often the case. But I didn't want to stream this time. Figured I'd leave that to the others. Ugh. Oh, more ugh. Is this even health? No, it's magic, but that might be relevant for the end boss, so it's probably worth my time to grab. Especially since it doesn't really seem to cost me anything. So I ran Donkey Kong Country 2 with a Big Huge Large Archipelago, which you might reasonably say, Jake, you did that in the previous Archipelago. And what I did was I set the progression really low, so I had to wait a long time to get my abilities, which did make it a lot more enjoyable. Because puzzling out how to do the levels when you have very few abilities and animal helpers and such is great fun. But the whole Archipelago show was stolen by Alpha. He had like 1900 checks or so every other check you get is puzzle piece for Alpha, puzzle piece for Alpha. Is this a place where I go? No, we just walk to the right. Remember that part. You jammy bugger. Right, not a fan of this guy. He's just got to die. And so many people were just waiting on Alpha's puzzle pieces. But it did reignite my hunger for Archipelago, so... one, I want to do some more runs of my own, solo runs, so I don't have to feel like I'm infringing on other people's time. Was this the hold left part? I think it was. Hold left, get life. Alright, sorry shark buddy, but you ain't my buddy today, buddy. Is this health? Never wasn't. So yeah, I want to do some more Archipelago or even Randomizer in my own time. Yeah, I think I have an idea for this. Here's my idea. Die! What do you think of the idea? I might have been putting the cart before the horse by letting the shark live, though, but shark dies as well. Bollocks. So you jump, you hold down, you press square or Y to stab. But if you're standing on a platform holding down and then press jump, you go through the platform. Which, with spikes below me, is just instant death. Fortunately, though, we picked up an extra life. You'd think I would care more about my lives. The enemies are just so well positioned to give you a rough old time in this game. It's kind of inspiring. Oh, what's not inspiring is that I used up some magic. Shouldn't have did that. Didn't know this, but if you're moving and then hold R, you actually stop moving and ready the shield. That doesn't really mean much. The master is always readying his shield. Still interesting, though. Right, how about you die, and I don't? Bollocks. Gonna kill this thing just in case it drops me some life, which it doesn't, but we're in a pretty good space for the boss. Oh, okay. Oh, crap! I didn't know it could do that. Didn't know that if you got behind it, it would just teleport in front of you. Okay, well, we're not going to use magic on the first encounter with the boss. Well, now. This doesn't feel any different from the normal mode version of this boss, but I'm still getting whooped. But why? I wonder why. Ah. Right, if I had my magic deployed, this battle would already be over. But as I'm sure you could tell, I wanted to save it for when I wasn't busy getting absolutely posterior pounded. Done. Okay, another one bites the dust. That was a tough level. Yeah, Lursalant is feeling the burn of playing 600 hours of Grimoire, and I'm wondering whether or not the 600 hours includes the off-stream grinding that he has to do. Ooh. Yeah, that game takes its toll. I only spent about 6 hours of it, and it's still 6 hours of my life I want back. Alright, time for the most infamous regular level combo. We go over to Deathfield, and it's followed by Volcano. In retrospect, I think Volcano is easier than Deathfield, but at the time of first playing, Deathfield was horrible, and then following it up with the Volcano was absolutely grinding me into dust. At the time, though, I was playing on normal mode, and I think I was at the Volcano at the 2-hour mark. Lure gets no sympathy, it's all self-inflicted. Oh, I have to admire his speedrunning of the community classics. Alright, we got the Yoshis coming in. I do not want to deal with them, especially not on hard mode. They take so many hits even on normal mode to deal with. They are fast, and I am not faster. Oh, right, I said only the first level lagged. What I meant was this level also lags. Ow. Okay, don't worry. Little gobbo buggers can only do 1 damage. Taking that and running. And now, if you just power your way through, ignoring the lag that comes and goes, you're home free. Okay, that was clinical. You know, barring all the damage I took. I knew he was gonna go for it. You can't trust your Oh, you! Shot by the off-screen archer. Oh, that guy's getting promoted. Okay, let's keep that in mind. Purple dudes can handle my down stab. Whilst sporting a sick mohawk. That's enough out of you. You can phase through these ships as well. Do not assume that you're safe on them. One of our runners, Maximilian, back when he didn't have his long, sexy hairdo, but instead represented Nosferatu, he was battling against the Centaur and discovered that, yes, you can just go right through the ship and die. Now, how do you deal with this guy again? I have managed to forget. I think the safest way is just let him come to you, which he will eventually do, and then you just stab him and get on with your life. And it's absolutely fine to not get your stab in as long as you're not taking damage, because he makes quite a point in battle. Oh, case in point. Instead of the down stab, I just phased through the lookout mast. Oh boy. I'm keen on having vertical distance between us as well, because it takes him a little bit of time to get up or down to my level, and that can give me much needed safety from his lancing. And I do not want to waste magic here, because the end boss is going to be demanding my magics. And you're dead on the next one. In fact, you're just dead to this. But yeah, this part right here, you can walk through it, jump through it, phase through it, you just die. Left or right, I do not know which ways, but well, dying isn't better. Magic is arguably better. Maybe the other side has health. Oh, but we don't want Yoshi. Oh, we're getting Yoshi. Ouch. Odds are looking extremely grim here. We're on 1 life, not a lot of health. Really not a lot of health. And yet the enemies can shoot through the scenery. If I had a mohawk that cool, I'd be able to do all sorts of things like that as well. Kill you. Dispatch you. Get hit through the ground. Alright, I need that health up there. Even if it's just 2 health, everything's going to matter now. And I'm pretty sure these enemies oh god, no. How can I even deal with you? Wonder if I could kill you. And then take you out. Please stop that. I am very scared. Ah, 5 whole hit points, and you just barely can't get back up. You gotta go through the gauntlet again. Very unsporting of them to respawn here. Right, I liked our little dance here. I'm going to do it again. So, how does the night feel today? Not very good. Very instant killy. Should have taken the right route. Needed health. Jake, any plans to stream some more CK3 Total Conversion mods? I've never played CK3 Total Conversion mods, but I'm not interested in them. World of Darkness holds no appeal over me. I'm not into vampires and such. I've watched a bit of World of Darkness CK3 and I just don't see the appeal. In general, I can't think of any strategy game where I enjoy total overhauls for. Especially since I already find historical settings very compelling, so if you go and change that, then it has to be for something that's even better. Yes, we're going to fall into that very familiar trap of blitzed at first time, getting blitzed every time thereafter. What about an ActRaiser 2 setting? Oh, that just is real life, isn't it? I'm just going to boil to death on the fire here. Absolutely no point in trying to do this on one life. It's a very unrelenting level. You have this massive slogfest through the lag to begin with. And then you gotta get through Centaur Man. Then you have to climb the castle that is packed full of nasty projectile enemies in a tight corridor, where again, the master handles like a school bus. And then you have to beat the boss, who is enormous and can just jump slash through the screen, leaving you with very few options for combat. And my option tends to be run away and fire orbs at it. I mean, I know that's the strategy I use for virtually every boss. Ah, I wanted to avoid that. The fire does 8 damage. The master has 20 hit points total. Oh, I think I'm utterly buggered here. You know, I don't think I ever bother going to that archer down there. I wonder what he has. Maybe it's actually worth the risk of fighting him. Although that has to be hand in hand with taking care of his entourage. He has, what, 3 health? I hope it's 3. It's not, it's 4. But it does have 5 hit points, which could be considered of vital importance. Because together with that... No! Whew, needed it. Now, despite being shanked off of the edge here, we still did quite good for having just 1 life left. We will keep in mind that we want the health rather than the magic, so we take the right route. Oh, you... There we go. Didn't want him surprise shanking me out of nowhere, so he had to die. Keeps catching me off guard. I keep thinking these things will die to my dive slash, because it's my most powerful non-magical attack. But this ain't your baby mode. Ooh, I got stuck inside the lookout tower there. Cool. And by cool, I mean... Whoa. Yeah, I think that's what I mean. Whoa, I'm still alive. The grip strength on Master's toes. Alright. As that Alpha Gamma sees himself in the mirror. Sorry, Pangea, but it's time to die. Yeah, Alpha's got an unhealthy obsession with centaurs. I wonder if he and Lucky can team up in some regard. Lucky loves his filly fiddling. Alpha loves his centaurs. I mean, we all gotta have things to love. I don't talk about it much, but I love angels. Ooh, crumbs. Oh, bollocks! See, you get distracted. And then that's what happens to you. Shanked by a centaur. A white centaur, no less, so this is sacred in the lands of Pangea. Centaur is very distracting. Hello, Alpha. Ooh, I don't love coming here. It's okay, we've won though. There's no chance at all this centaur can kill me. And there's a 100% chance that I can kill it. So it hasn't really changed my strategy. I want to go to the right, pick up some health, and then destroy the enemy boss with 3 dumps of magic plus... Oh, crumbs. Please back off. Look at this, scrubs. Look at this. Oh, don't look at that. In the end, I only got 3 health there because he queefed me. Is Yoshi on this side is a big question. I feel like I'm descending farther than... Oh, crap, he is! That seemed incredibly unsporting. Let's not take the right route again. It cost me hit points. The Master having to deal with those kinds of engagements in tight corridors is just nasty. Okay, it's going to be more or less completely down to chance, and that's even assuming that I can get to the boss. Boss needs to not just instantly gank me. And I'm in dire need of some health before we can start talking about that. Mohawk guy tried. He tried really freaking hard. No! God, that's grim. What a grim bloody level. Really highlights the difference between normal and hard on normal mode. Yeah, it's still difficult, but you can generally hard-headedly punch your way through it in this one. The levels punch back just that bit harder. Well, it's not just a bit, it's like 50% harder. Everybody's got 1 or 2 more hit points to chew through. Yeah, and they do that 1 or 2 more hit points to you. Yeah, back to the start with you. Some people get really bothered by this in video games, where when you fail you have to go back to the start. Fortunately, it's the kind of game design mantra that I was raised on, so it doesn't bother me. But I sympathize. Alright, we're going to take a different approach here, and the approach is kill. They die. I have safety. Oh, I had safety. Where did you come from? Yoshi. I did not sign up for Yoshi. Not sure if I can actually deal with you. Can you hurt me through that? Yes, you can. I guess it's not completely unfair. I can hurt you too, but... I think we just need to charge through that then. Smelt down the master statue and make another one. Don't worry, we're not actually a person dying here. We're just taking control of a statue. In a sense, we are Agartha, fighting against the combined forces of, oh, let's see, Pangaea, Shinuyama, we got some Oceania going as well. Manic Sixpup comes in. They say, this is a good game. They're completely correct. This game is brilliant. But it's so easily misunderstood. Because it feels like it handles really badly. And it's so unforgivingly difficult. So it's easy to think, you know, it's one of those really crappy shovelware games from the 90s. But the music is great, the controls handle really magnificently. Yes, the master is god-awful and awkward to... Oh my god, that freaking fire! That's 8 hit points we're not going to be seeing again. You get out of here. If Yoshi can stay away... I'm going to go for the 5 hit points. We needed it last time. We will likely need it again. The fire elemental has different things to say. He's going to obscure my path, then he's going to use his flambe. I did not want to jump down into that. I don't want to jump down here at all, frankly. But I also need you to die. I don't mind taking an arrow to the arse if it means I can safely and securely grab that. Now, what about Yoshi? I think I'm gonna do something daring here and go, why is the elemental back? That's okay, taking the dive bomber's attack is far less bad than being eaten by Yoshi. Oh, get me out of here. I should really be tapping into YouTube algorithm stuff more. The death field situation is getting out of hand. Shocked master face. It doesn't look nearly as awful as it feels to play. Well, Max is intimately aware of how this game feels to play. Hold on, is there health up here? Whatever it is, as long as it's not score, it's well worth my time. Oh, that was a very, very poor move. The moment I jumped off, I thought, hang on, what if I get sniped by one of the flying gobbos? There's definitely faster ways to deal with Centaur Guy here, but he has such reach on that spear. Such reach with that spear that I want to take the safest route possible. And yes, as you can see, we are invincible as we I'm jumping too soon, so he does his turnaround faster. I need to resist the urge. I'm having none of your nonsense. Get away. He was back for revenge with that one. Damn, that Tanzra. Right, we took a big risk doing this before. We're doing it again, because we never learn. I have an idea. What if... Nope. No, my what if did not work out there. I don't know how I was doing it so well before, but now I'm just getting roasted here. I think my idea is let's only hit him on the left side, because I keep getting tickled when I'm attacking from the right. I don't know why. I wasn't before. Maybe there's a minimum distance on his charge, and that's what's happening. Because I'm always closer to him here. Faked me out. I thought he was charging. Oh, this bodes very, very poorly. Faked me out again. What is happening? I'm losing it. That's what's happening. My nerves are going. My famed nerves of steel. It's not steel. It's Chinese pig iron. Oh, I don't know. I don't feel quite lucky levels of washed up there, Nemi Blub, after seeing his performance at ActRaiser. I suddenly feel so youthful and spirited. Alright, enough out of you. Get away. That is not a lot of health. Even so, I have decided that it is not worth going for the extra health on the right. It's liability. Because you got to deal with more on the way back in, huh? Right, where was the Yoshi positioned? Left or right? If it's left, good. If it's right, bad. Good! Oh, more like goodbye. Oh no. Oh no! It was all Yoshi all the time. Gotta be wary of that charging lad as well, though, because he will outreach you with his lunge. So you need to be going into or away from him so that you can get your hit in. Or... I was gonna say tank through it with a 1 damage arrow, but the archer had my number there. Good heavens. Time washes us all, as long as it washes other people quicker than me. What does Jake think his time will be for this? Going into it, I thought 5 hours. Maybe now I'm thinking more 7 hours. The question is, which side is 7 hours? At least it's in my hands, right? Sometimes I think about that team fight manager game. It's like, no matter how fast you play it, you have to do all those playoffs. What a rough experience that was. I enjoyed the challenge, but I didn't really enjoy the game, if that makes much sense to people. Oh no. I've invited more Yoshis upon myself. I think it's actually better to take the swooping Gobbo's hit and then get your filthy, scabby green bits off of me. Wow, he was going for it. Nah, not happening. The guy with the spear, he does more damage than I thought. I think he did 3 damage per poke. Maybe more. And let's just perish. I have no interest in doing Death Field on 1 life. You thought I was crazy for the 7 hours prediction, says Dark. Yo, I think you're even crazier for the prediction that you made. Again, what is 3? That's like 4.5 hours or so. I think I can blitz through the rest of this game in under 3 hours. I could beat it 2 or 3 times on normal mode in that time. You talked me. I was like, damn, I didn't believe in Super Best Friend, and I felt bad. There are 4 lies in that sentence, young. Alright, let's... Oh no. No, Yoshi! Holy smokes, even the regular green warriors do 4 damage on contact. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's not looking good for the master right now. Yoshi is still rampaging. But I can get 5 health here and another 2 later. Believe. Get me through, get me through. Do not Yoshi me. Oh, I'm getting Yoshi'd bad. Have faith. You gotta be careful on your landings, by the way. If you don't land holding up or attacking down, then the master does a skid, and he will skid clean off those platforms. And if you're thinking, but isn't that difficult to time when the game is lagging like crazy, then well done. You have noticed why. It is so bloody hard. What was over here again? Oh, other than you. One of these days I'm going to fail this part. Right, can we do this without the disaster that we had last time? I took 2 or 3 hits off of Pangaea here, and I don't feel good about it, so I will just stick to the hit him from the left plan. It's slower, but far less likely to get dinged in. As I mentioned before, the controls in this game are really, really, really technical. No! I just said I wouldn't do that, and I did it. The controls are really technical. Well, that was technically no loss if I take no damage here. What a punk. You like this? Straight from Reddit, says Sudazima. Does anyone actually like ActRaiser 2 game? Way too difficult, and that coming from someone who regularly beat the Super Star Wars trilogy. Oh, I played some Super Star Wars. That is a grim game. I think that was a punishment game. There was no way that was a weekly one-shot or similar. Well, I anticipated difficulty. I think I just didn't anticipate every single level to be so difficult. Wow, that's super generous. He only did a tickle of contact damage. Starting to feel like the real trick here is to figure out who does the least damage and just use the iframes to punch through. I mean, take this Joker. He does way too much. He's got to die. Yoshi has got to go. The elementals do tons of damage as well, so less of that. Speaking of the elemental, I don't mind taking an arrow to the face. That's only 1 or so damage. But Yoshi, none of your nonsense, please. Your little grubby gangrene gang friend, though, he can do what he wants. Ah, that's bad. I'm in Yoshi Town. Get me out of Yoshi Town. You gotta be real careful to dive here because it's all too easy to miss these pillars. Oh, get me out. Whew. Alright, need to get my revenge on this guy for sniping me off the edge. I thought he was going to push me through that part. That would have been epic for the win, at least on his part. Not at all on my own. Yeah, there's the glide that you can slide off of platforms using. Very painful thing when it happens. Okay, we've got a good setup here now. So, the lesson, has it been learned? Do not attack from the right, attack from the left. You are safe because he has a minimum range on his charge. I just about fell for it again. Just avoid the spear. He says it's just the tip, but no, the whole thing hurts. Maybe, though, if he attacks from very high, maybe I'm safer that way. And again, the timer is no threat. The timer is just there to make you feel like you're under pressure when you're not. Kind of like a Mario timer. The only time... Oh. Too busy thinking about Mario. Took my eyes off of Pangea. That's how they get you. Damn sacred white centaurs. Clad in bronze armor. Wonder what bless this guy is using. Clearly he's got the flying bless. Is that even a bless? I don't think it is. Otherwise it would be more popular. I guess he'd have the floating bless, maybe? It doesn't go very high. Must be a light lance, though, because he gets a bonus for charge damage. Orlov says, my memories of Max repeatedly dying here are too strong. Something I really loved about ActRaiser Marathon was it was a game nobody was familiar with. Right? Like, half of everybody knows Mario. Even if they haven't played it, they know it conceptually, but let's face it, nobody has played ActRaiser 2. And if you have, you're really weird. Hold on, I can just take care of you. So it was something we all had to learn from each other about as we go. And to make it even better, the whole thing was impromptu. Alright. Yoshi is a fun... That was on me. I messed up the jump. Oh, jeez. It's not all I'm messing up. I didn't think he could turn around like that. I should accept the fact that Yoshi causes me harm. Oh my god, he's not the only thing causing me harm. Well, we're back down to the very familiar one hit point territory, despite starting with most of our health bar. How do these things happen? Right, you happen. Oh, bollocks. Okay, well, at least we can do this with full health from the start. Also... Yeah, that guy does only do 1 damage. That's pretty sweet. Just no escape from Yoshi. He's too strong. Starting to think my best way to deal with you is to just roast you alive. And he doesn't even die to magic. Oh, wow. The master has fallen on hard, bloody times, I'm telling you. And again, it's much, much less damage to take the arrow than the shanking. Still taking the health, though. It's badly needed at this point. What was our decision here? Take you from below. Now, unfortunately, this really just means we get another roll at the boss. Because the boss can just decide to kill me, and then it's a bad day for Master. Not every enemy respawns, though. The Shanky guy did not make a return. And this one did, though. Wonder what's up with that. Right. Have at you, pink-bearded bloke. Very clever. Whew! Okay, no rematch. We're not 1-1. You're dead. Oh, they were somewhere young. Somewhere deeply uncomfortable. That was really good of them. They powered up to deal with my magic, and then they avoided the other magic. I just had to go in. Master, you've done it. Yeah, well, now we have to go to the volcano. Almitha, I never remember that name, but luck be with us. Jake, would you kindly stop ending levels with only 1 hit point? I'll have you know I had 2 hit points at the end of that. 1 big bulb is worth 2, much like Illusion of Time or Illusion of Gaia. So, I hope you don't get motion sick. When I uploaded my video of ActRaiser 2, it asked me, YouTube asked me, do you want help with your camera shake? Well, let's hope we don't have to be subjected to this for too long, but we will have to be subjected to it for a while. Because this level is deeply unpleasant. It's got the Medusa heads, it's got the Gobbos, it's got those giant things, it's got the fire elementals that can just appear out of nowhere. Saving grace, the Medusa heads die in 1 down stab. Not so saving grace. Anything that hits us a little awkwardly sends us into the soup, and of course that's something that the Medusa heads and the many falling boulders are absolute pros at. Jesus, fat bastards, take a few. And I'm sure you're thinking, I bet those platforms disappear. What the hell? Less of that, sunshine. Now you're gonna do that. Ugh. Wasn't sure to aim up or not with my sword. Wait, those things... Oh, whatever. Just get me away from him. I wanted to charge so I could jump over him, but he can just stall out and fling rocks till the cows come home, and the rocks explode into little rocks, and... Well, there's just no end to the fun that this game has to offer. Right. None of this. And then once it peters out... you will die. Now, there should be some health or something around here. Don't you dare! You stay the hell away. That wasn't health anyway, it was magic. Do you even use magic against the boss here? No, you don't. Okay, so magic, we'll make a mental note of useless on. In fact, what we could learn about that is use magic on enemies if it'll help. Case in point, do I really want to go up there? No, sir, I do not. I'd like you to die, please. He got the last laugh, though. He launched a rock at me. Well, I think you'll find it is I who has the last laugh today. Okay. Wow, very okay. Now, the problem is, this level, you don't really tend to lose in terms of health towards the end. You lose because the end is nothing but bottomless pits. Eating my words here. Would you kindly go away? Wait, that's not true at all. The end boss, he can fairly chip you down. Well, surely there's health here. Yes! Now this should not be any more difficult for hard mode. It is pure platforming, and if there's one thing I'm bloody good at, it's platforming. However, we are on Fulgora, whether we like it or not. Random lightning can hit you, mid-jump, and kill you, and there's... Yeah, you just have to live with the consequences. And die with them, too. Yeah, like that one? Imagine that hitting me as I was just gliding my way gaily to the right. Okay, boss time. I hope we've learned everything about platforming, because we have to fight him on the platforms. I'll fight you on the beaches. Come on. That, oh, you... Somebody taught Akuma how to play. Oh, yeah, there we go. So he has this flame shield that you need to break off, and then he becomes vulnerable, and he starts casting Kamehameha on you. But of course, the moment I broke his fire shield, he floated up to the top where I couldn't hit him. But that's alright, I had his number. Come here, you fiery bastard. You've had this coming for a long-ass time. Okay, very good to blitz Almitha like that. I feel good. Take notes for your no continue clear on that one, Yaga. Oh no, not the Ice Palace. The sub 3 hour believers might have a twinge of hope there. Certainly not. This is not happening under 3 hours. Thinking of all the levels, especially the Golden Palace that I have to do, that level alone could take an hour. But getting it done within 4.5 hours so that my super best friend Young doesn't have to go destitute. Oh. Oh. Never quite sure how to deal with those things. If you hit their spiky ball, it retracts into them and then just blonks right out of them. Right, what's this all about again? I cannot remember for the life of me if there are any pickups worth getting along the way, and since I think I'm going to be here for a while... oh, yeah. I should probably sniff them out. Oh, yeah, 2 hit points. Great. Moat digging. More 2 hit points. And imperfect cell. Yeah, where are the androids? I can't be the only one that sees Cell there. It's the face, see? Falling Golem. Falling Golem. I'm obviously cheating here because I fondly remember Lure Salant spending hours here. Getting increasingly disillusioned with his poor life choices. I think he lost an entire night of his life playing this. Catching Jake live couldn't be me, says Etchy Sketchy. Well, welcome. ActRaiser is the best performing content on my channel. Don't ask me by what metrics, that's not relevant. Those guys can just appear out of nowhere and hit you. It's someone's idea of fun. Oh, I've just remembered something I didn't want to remember. What is the fight with this guy like on hard mode? I'm hoping it's just the same as regular mode. Well, it certainly feels the same as regular mode. There's a way to corner him and bully him, but the timing fails me so frequently. Right, since we're just getting health here, there's absolutely no point in collecting it. We just rob Cell of his arms, but as we all know, Cell has Piccolo's genes. So he can regenerate. Although it's a bit unfair, because he can regenerate a whole lot better than Piccolo can. Might be something up there, but hard to imagine it could be worth a diversion. There's actually no point in killing you, is there? Well, maybe there is if I don't make this jump. Don't want to deal with any of that nonsense. Just get me out of there. See what I mean? They can just spawn right on you. Wonderful enemy. King Piccolo watching Cell regrow his head. Oh, come off it! Yes! He regenerated a lot more than just his head. It's kind of nonsense that he could regenerate entirely from a single cell, but... Man, everybody watched Dragon Ball Z. It was good fun. Personally, I wasn't interested beyond that when they introduced that big pink blob thing and whatever he was doing with Satan. There we go. See, incredibly easy fight. I don't know who would ever have trouble with that guy. Treat him like you would someone you meet in real life. Push him into a corner and just bully them to death. I think somebody in their run once came here, saw the pit, and assumed they were just meant to jump across it, so they jumped to their very untimely demise. Which I might be doing in a heartbeat. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I have very little health, but I do have some of my beloved magics. Unfortunately, this boss can just spawn on you and kill you. Which feels bad. Feels really freaking bad. Get away from me. Take the Virgil Limp Todger approach and say no to evil, cold women. Oh, come off it. There we go. Wow. That was amazing. Inferior American censored version, says Ninja. Yeah, well, it gave me the power to trounce her. What was my hard mode mod game challenge for ActRaiser 2 again? I was actually thinking about secretly beating it myself. but that thought completely slipped my mind when I decided to play this game today, and it was a sudden today decision. Right, don't we have to go right back to the palace? Maybe we have to talk to Lavaus first, because there's something going on in this Mind Palace. One continue only. Okay, well, that would be impressive to see. But that's a 5-star challenge if ever there was one. A lot of Dominion 6 pretenders running around in ActRaiser 2. Yeah, I can't believe Dominion 6 ripped off ActRaiser. Well, there's a question. Which came out first? The first Dominions? Or ActRaiser 2? Wouldn't be fair to bring up ActRaiser 1, a very, very different game. Are these enemies even here on normal mode? They're not, are they? You just walk to the end in normal mode. Those big bastards definitely not here. I'd remember you, Casper. Casper's been to the gym. If you think I know how to do this, you're sorely mistaken. I just keep going until I find the exit. And then we do the Mind Palace of the king or local governor or some politically elite individual. And I think we have to fight a fetus in... Oh, that's what we want. Yeah, some kind of very angry fetus starts fighting us. It's not this thing, though. How do I deal with Casper the unfriendly miasma? Not like this, that's for sure. Can't I just... Yeah, I think I can stab him to death from that platform, if my memory serves. But I need to get past him first. And we have to not do that. That's very important. Do not do the falling through the ground thing, which is what happens if you do that. And considering it's the same input as doing your jump down slash, it's an easy mistake to make. Now for this. There's a path to take through this. And when it rotates, the game very politely inverts your controller. So I have to press down to go up and such. I'm pretty good at reading symbolism. I'm pretty sure we're aborting an unborn baby here. I met a woman who did a job like that, and I asked her, do you have any, does this raise any ethical implications for you? She just says, nope. What a lass. This is deeply unpleasant. And as I'm sure you've gathered, much like everything in this game, if we touch the blue slime, we take tremendous amounts of damage. Although I think the speedrun uses that and just pounds through that thick womb-like membrane. Right, what the hell is this all about again? There's the baby, and we need to defeat Dr. Defeatus. Where are you? Don't teleport on me. I know you can do that. Oh, something I didn't know until quite recently. Every time it transforms the landscape, it adds more of these spikes. I don't know how much damage those spikes do, and I'm in no mood to find out. Oh, you rotter. Okay, where are you? There you are. Alright. I'm not scared. I just have a healthy awareness of babies in Doom horror machines. Oh wait, it's not a baby in there at all. It's the prince himself. Oh, I get it. I get it. He was trapped by his... Okay, I don't get it. Well, we'll abort the prince then. Can those spikes be destroyed? Not to my knowledge. But the Doom Horror can. The Master wins again. What does the spiel actually say here? Maybe I should stand to learn the lore of this game I enjoy so much. 120th trimester abortion. The mind of the king was grotesque and mysterious. He gave himself into deception. He became very dark, but you know, we're just gonna let him go. He's been awakened and he will now teach the people. Okay, great. If we ignore the bug-filled area, we're actually doing pretty good. We need to do Gratis, Golden Palace, and the bug area. And then we're good to go to the Tower of Babel. Which is actually pretty damn good pacing. All things considered. Jake was today years old when he realized it's not a baby. I don't know, once you get old, everyone starts looking like a baby to you. I see people in their mid-20s and I think, James, freaking, who let these children in here? Okay, there is a shortcut in this level. I never remember where it is. Despite going through it on my run that was just a couple of months ago and watching... Okay, well, it's not there. We've figured that part out. Can we continue to make such blistering progress? Don't feel like it's over there. I feel like you're meant to go down a bit and then right. That feels correct to me. Those mages are more wily than ever. Don't worry about damage. We'll get the health back when we find the skip. Worry about those mages though. Jinx. I hate ethereal tramplers. I think it's down here. It's not you. Here it is, okay. Frustratingly though, we're gonna die. But if we weren't going to die, we'd go down there and we'd be laughing. And I do like laughing. Now, can I remember the route that I just took? That might seem really easy, but when short-term memory was being handed out, I was in the gamer god line asking for second helpings. Anyone else find it strange that you spawn near the statues of bodybuilding monsters? It's pretty cool. So the Gobbo's taken over the area. He took the statue of Master, which I'm under the impression cannot be destroyed. Instead, he surrounds it with skulls, his own swole visage, and knowing my arrival will happen eventually, says, "Welcome, Master, to your doom." Does it say that in the Japanese version, Ninjin? I figured you'd be the one to know. Right, down and right is what we have sussed out. Using our galactic brains. Was it that right? I don't think so. It was all the way down. Oh. Wasn't all the way down. Okay. Pretty sure it's identical, but I will confirm. You can always count on Ninjin. He knows all the best places to eat. Can I just drift under this? Yes, I can. Sweet. It's probably a good thing that I don't have a good memory. Can you just imagine how frightfully dangerous I would be at video games? And possibly other things. If I was allowed to have a good memory as well. Would be unethical. Right. We go, Master! I think you can actually move down that faster with some crouch stabbing or something similar. I also swear there's a way to farm 1-ups, but ain't happening. My memory tells me go left here. And then for some reason I feel a sense of dread. Because now I have to fight me, but better. Hail, friend. Why are you on a pedestal? Where's the welcome gargoyle to your doom sign? And he's very unfair because he can do contact damage and we cannot. It's actually one of my pet peeves in video games. Enemies that have an attack which do contact damage. Why do they have contact damage if they have attacks? It was actually one of the big things that made me stop playing Signalis. I got very frustrated with that. I mean, the game was full of frustrations. I hate Signalis. And it's not just I don't like this game, I actually think it's a terrible game. But it's beloved by many. I think it's got overwhelmingly positive on Steam, so clearly I'm the one that's out of touch. Anyway, I'm not here just to moan about games that other people like and I don't. I'm here to kill Gargoyle Man. What the... Now he's just styling on me. I think he's got wheelies on his shoes. Which is very cool. I wanted that, but I wasn't allowed it. I'm not sure about wasn't allowed it, but, you know, it was an expense. If Jake could read, orientate, and see, he'd be golden. I had a good thing, but I messed it up. The timing is tight. But I gotta say, having this one-up on hand is also quite tight. Yeah, Young, thinking back to how much you didn't like that... Hold on, I need to focus. Okay. Thinking back to Young not enjoying the walkbacks in Elden Ring made me think, how much would he be bothered in this game? I mean, he's played it, but he hasn't played it to completion. You gotta feel out all the horrors of this. Unlimited tries against your gargoyle friend, though. That's pretty nice of the game. Ooh, easy now. Short hops. Short hops. This is easy. This part is so easy, but those spiky things give me the willies every time. Anyway, speaking of big willies, we got this class hole to deal with. A 100 different ways to deal with him. But he's not a trivial matter. I'm saving my magic for a second attempt, though. Oof. Because I never know when he's finger banging or when he's doing... Well, I guess if it's one fingered, it's not Kamehameha, it's... Opo Kasepaka... What the hell is that Piccolo attack that he does with one finger? You know, punching a hole through Goku. And Goku's brother. How could we forget? I'm antsy because he might just finger bang. And Jake no like the finger bang. That's the finger bang. Ah, and I thought he was finger banging again, but instead it was... Makanko Sapo. Yeah, he got me with Makanko Sapo. Can't believe I fell for it again. Okay, don't magic him when he's got his big shield on, though. It's just going to be wasted. Tell you what, when he does it from above, I should just... Oh, crap, that finger bang. Alright. When he does it from above, if he does it from above... Oh, no, you bastard! How do you cancel your magic, anyway? Can you even? Oh, well. Get into position. Ah, he's a real piece of work, so he is. I have an idea. That was partly the idea. That was not. If I am a little bit conservative here, his only real threat to me is the finger bang. So let's be conservative. We can shred his shield. Oh no, that was conservative, but also completely mistimed. Yes, see, that finger bang is not a huge threat. Although, well, it wasn't a big threat. It is now. It's a huge threat now. Ah, yeah. Close but no cigar. It was a good approach, but I let him get his big bang attack off on me a couple of times. Ah. Lursalon's getting his digs in while he can. Dying to this boss, shameful. Yeah, I will mull over that whilst you enjoy another 580 hours of Grimoire. I feel so owned right now. Besides, we're just getting in good practice. We're going to have to deal with the whatchamacallit, the gargoyle again. I think he's meant to be gargoyle. That's what he is. Ow, Jesus. Should not be taking all this damage. I'm quite certain that you don't fight the finger-banging goblin again, though. Thank God for that. I don't think he reappears on the boss refights. Hope he doesn't. At least I'll be able to claim I beat Grimoire someday. I'm not really sure that's what people aspire to in life, but whatever makes you feel better. Alright, can we... Oh, damn. That's it, that's it. You hold down and jump, and then you go down that thing faster. That's what I was trying to do. It's one of those things that I'd seen people do, but wasn't sure on the input. Yeah, there we go. Just down you go lightning fast. But because I was attacking in the middle of it, I cancelled it out and did a bit of jumping instead. Just learning all these cool ActRaiser tips so you don't have to. It's like a modern-day Scottish Game Centre CX. Except I'm slightly younger and I've got no assistants. No product placements either. It's so hard to tell if the mistake that I'm making is going too early or too late. Are hints and tips allowed during this kind of challenge run, or is this all your challenge? I just want to do this myself, Yaga. There's no firm rules about it. Normally I would say absolutely no hints on a challenge run, but this is just... I want to make a good run with a good time on a good game. But I want to do it off my own back. And I thoroughly appreciate you asking. I was wondering if I could run and jump over to the platform there. Glad I decided against it. Yeah, I should be grateful that the game doesn't get harder in the platforming segments, at least. Death to Shinuyama. Freaking Bakemono shows. What build in Dominions would give you a shield like this? Especially one that you can just resummon like that. I guess I should be grateful it doesn't have Soul Vortex. I'd be done in. I really want to die and just get a magic attempt on this guy. But I dare not waste my magic in case I die. Rapido. Freaking shield. Okay, it's kind of foolish not to use magic at this point. I could kill him so easily. But I could also kill him no magic for the extra style. There we go. The nation of man triumphs over Shinuyama. But they'll be back. And then Dai Oni will come. Preferably take about 3.5 to 4 hours, says Dark Young. 1.5 hours for everything remaining? That depends very heavily on how this goes. Jake does not... no, I don't need to save my progress. Jake does not like Stormrook. I'd say it's my weakest level, but I don't know, that bug-filled cavern left me pretty weak in the knees. The saving grace of the bug-filled cavern is that it's, the boss is kind of easy to kill. I know the boss gave Lursalont a lot of trouble. And now that I've said that, he's probably going to give me a lot of trouble, but I need to suss out how to even get to him. Right. Stormrook's bosses include, if my memory serves me, which it might, serve me better than this guy does. Get out of here! Oh, please. Your omnipotence have mercy! 3 magic on Stormrook? What are they implying here? They're probably telling me to use it on the golden armored guys. Right, I had you dead to rights in the previous level. What in the world do I do here? I think I just fight you in exactly the same... Well, no, I can kill you even easier here. This boss is an absolute joke. Who the hell would die to him? That's the master going, ha, ha, ha. Lol, you died. Lol, lol, you died. I'm just full of thoughts of other games. Okay, right. How about we just have nothing to do with you? Right, the arrows come, the Medusa heads come. Rolly ghouls. Nothing I can't handle. You, however. What the heck do I do against you again? I see no reason to rush this. I am not good with dealing with these guys. Lucky is really good at dealing with them, and he even mentioned, he gave me a tip. Like, he just generally gave a tip about him. He's like, I don't know why people don't use magic against these guys, as he obliterated them with magic. But how exactly he did that, I have no memory of. I have memory of something, though. That! Oh, no, I did it again. You can despawn the pickup there, and that's exactly what I did. I don't even know what the pickup was. Probably very useful health. There's also something here, but where? You. I think the pickup that I missed earlier was an extra life then. Wouldn't make sense for it to be any... Oh, no. Ha 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 indeed. I can't believe that went as well as it did. Especially considering I didn't get the pickup earlier. But death is a hunter not unbeknownst to its prey. Sorry, today is nothing but references to other games. I'm not really sorry about it. I love games and gaming. Right, I have a funny feeling that there's something good up there. If I can avoid the everything to get there, I'd put something good up here. No! The thing is death, and I got it good. The thing was a triple magic pickup, which seemed kind of bizarre. There we go, zoning. Not keen on feeling out how exactly these spikes hurt you. It's always a question in my mind of, do spikes hurt you if you touch them anywhere, or do you specifically need to go into the spiky parts? La Mulana was pretty good for that, actually. In La Mulana, if you just walk into spikes, you're fine. It's if you land on them or just in general hit the spiky bits, you are in trouble. Speaking of being in trouble, could be in trouble here if I wait and take this, but I'm going to wait and take this. There are spikes progressing up below me. It's not my intention to get a good look at them. Oh god, I'm fast. Maybe even too fast. Alright, I'm more than a little interested as to how... No! No! I was gonna say interested in how they change up this area. Well, more flying buggers to instant kill you would be one of them. At this point, I'm not interested in the bottomless pit. I'm invested in it. Level number out of how many? There is this... then the slimy underground area, then the Tower of Babel, then the boss rush. So there are 4 levels remaining. I feel like on this specific level we could be playing Castlevania music and it wouldn't feel out of place given the flying Medusa head nonsense. Do 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 do. Okay, I'm not musical enough to do it. Alpha Gemma was playing some Castlevania music in one of his streams. And he said something that tickled me. He said something along the lines of, now some people might think this music doesn't sound very good because it's old and whatnot, but this I really like. He was talking about Bloody Tears, the most universally loved Castlevania track. That was very funny. Bloody Tears is so good that made people play Simon's Quest, which was otherwise a miserable game to play. I always wonder, is this something that we can stand on? Looks like it, right? Yeah, hey. Just torch the snake from there. Yeah, Bloody Tears was introduced in Simon's Quest, which was a really, really awful RPG Castlevania game. You know, before they went the whole hog with Symphony of the Night, which I haven't played and I don't like the look of, so I don't bother with it. Too Metroidvania for me. What am I doing? Nothing good, that's for sure. You got worryingly close to me. You got to be careful jumping on Cell here and downstabbing. If you mistime it, you downstab through him into the spikes and freaking die. Which, common theme in this game. Slight misplay. Death. Okay, it is a 1-up. So I have been consistently missing that 1-up. Good to know. And it comes at an excellent time because it goes hand in hand with grabbing 10 additional health. So if you just use that and burn it as you will to take care of you but better. Oh. Damn. But the takeaway there is that I get to come back here and even get the life again, so it's not a huge loss. A bit of a loss of time, but that's not my concern, is it? Might be your concern if you're bad at gambling. Man, this game's so good. I really would love to see more people play it. It's such a terrific test of action platforming skills as well. And make no mistake, it is equal part platforming and action. Because I consider myself extremely strong at platforming games, and this game still rinses me from time to time. Even the double jump there above the 1-up can despawn it though, so you gotta be very careful there. Fortunately, I was, and I am. Seems more like a test of patience, says Pathara. Well, are you a patient person? I think you'll find patience alone will not overcome this game. Him doing contact damage is a real piss take. I don't mind getting hacked to death by his giant sword, but the fact that he can just fly into you and hurt you feels so bad. And again, it's because he has an attack. For some reason, it doesn't feel that egregious in games where enemies don't have attacks. Mario's a good example, right? Almost all the enemies just walk into you. Hail, Pepperan. I'm also quite certain it's not morning. What's the Swiss time zone? Well, here in Hungary, it's most assuredly not morning. Gotta stop messing up that jump there. Gotta remember the Medusa head is poised and ready for me. I think it's the you're on Central European time then. Ooh, easy does it now. There we go. Fully healed. I have so many lives, it's like I'm playing normal mode. I think that gargoyle has breathed his last, if he even breathes. Oh, bollocks. I thought I would go for one more attack there. What a mistake that was. Getting out of there. I don't fancy my chances. Alright. Oh, he beat me to it. That's not too bad, though. It gives me a chance to come back and get through that with much more health. I'd rather not be right at the end of my tether coming through that. But you know, there's only so many times I want to play through this bleeding level. And there's still the instant death pits to come. I think I'll take them a lot more conservatively next time, though. I was a bit gung-ho just trying to fly over everything. Right, this time, destroy you. Take this. Get punished for it, because I wanted the health that dropped as well. And we're done. Shouldn't have wanted the health, mind you, because there's 10 health right here. Donk. Okay, let's not do that again. He was being very unsporting there, instantly flying out of my lock. This could prove troublesome. The master really gets some mileage out of his butter knife. I wonder what it's made of. Well, probably magic. Magic weapon bless. That's how we can deal with ethereal foes. Like freaking Medusa heads. Still convinced there's something up top. I should probably try my hand at it. Despite there being Mr. Roly-Poly coming from the top. Who's even up here, anyway? I think we got this far and then I died, right? Triple magic. Arguably not worth it. But maybe this proves to be something of a shortcut. Jury's out on that one, but let's keep moving. Oh, hey, it's the spikes. Wait a second, they're appearing a lot earlier than they did last time. I knew it looked too good to be true last time. There we go. Alright, lots of lives coming into the danger zone. Let's move. Just stay there and die, and everybody wins. And this time, let's not fall for your shenanigans. You get over here, so I can laugh at you with my sword. This I'm just flying through, though. I'm not taking any nonsense there. What the... Pretty sure there's something good up here. Ugh, magic. Do I dare fly? I do dare. I no longer dare. Just wait for the right moment when that attack is not happening. Those flying things are such chaos. On the plus side, I had very little health, so what's the loss? I would like to just run on through, but I sense great danger if I do so. Right, how about I don't hesitate because you're dead. Oh, what a difference in confidence it makes knowing what's coming. What's coming? All but certain there's something back here. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thanks something other than goodness. Could you leave, please? Thank you. Okay. Now for the dragon. The dragon's a bit of a joke because he's not fighting me over a bottomless pit. So I come along with pretty much infinite magic and just, oh, he's dead. And all the gold is mine. We will see a return of the dragon, and he'll be considerably less of a joke. It'll still be funny, though, just not for me. Who was it who was really getting tilted by the dragon? I think it was apples and oranges. Calling him all sorts of bullcrap. Master, you've done it! Yes, yes I have. Okay, almost everything is clear now. The thing is, to make your real advancement, you have to deal with Humbleton. But Humbleton is a civilized country with many factories, so religion has died there, apparently. I think there's some kind of theory there that urbanization ultimately destroys religion. But I'm skeptical. And again, I'm skeptical of everything. The plot here is really funny, though. How dare the humans advance? How dare the humans build this giant tower? We must go and destroy their tower and show them how pathetic they are, and then they're going to have to praise me for doing so. Incredible. Ineffable master. Oh, to be fair, that boss was easy because I knew what was coming. Not knowing what's coming adds huge amounts of difficulty. That could be said about just about any game, mind you, but it is no less true here. Oh my gosh. As I alluded to earlier, you can just mulch your way through this stuff on normal mode. It's not a huge deal, but it's a huge deal here because these guys, they would normally die in one hit. Now, they don't only not die in one hit, they don't stagger either, so they will fly through your attack and just kill you. Deeply, deeply uncomfortable level, this. Reminds me of the later levels in Plock. More from the theming, though, not from the difficulty and enemies. I'd love to take it slower, but the enemies respawn. And there are lots of them. So I think I just need to find the right path through that makes me not just run face first into them. It's a free 30,000 points from the 3-hour believers. Yeah, 3 hours was a little optimistic. 3.5 hours isn't out of the question, but I need to destroy the Tower of Babel like it's not even there. And I also need to make a decision on how I'm pronouncing it. Is it Babel or is it Babel? You'd think maybe Babel because of Cain and Abel, but maybe you don't. We're going left here, if memory serves. Right, now maybe take a bit of time and kill what comes my way, so that I can happily deal with you, and... I think he's stuck. No, he's not stuck. He was just baiting me out. Nobody baits the master. Right, now what? That thing goes back and forth, so if we just time our jump down... Oh, okay, we just jump through everything. That works for me as well. Destroy that before it spawns something nasty. Reminds me, I've been playing quite a lot of RimWorld in my free time. And every time you get one of those sites that appear on the world map, they tend to be a complete waste of space. But one of them caught my eye. Apparently it was being taken over by bugs. And I thought, ooh. The map I'm on has no mountains. I haven't faced bugs in a while. Let's give it a check out. And there was a new bug, a Hive Queen. Very interesting. Interesting more that we accidentally downed her instead of killing her. And it just so happens we had an inspiration for inspired taming. So now I have the Hive Queen in my base, and she makes such a mess. But she's a very interesting unit to have because she can every 2 hours freely spawn 2 egg sacs that spawn a larvae. The larvae is non-hostile to you. It's actually as friendly as any other animal that you'd have born, and they can be cut up for meat. So essentially you get a unit that makes free meat because it doesn't cost her any nutrition as far as I can tell to produce them, and she can eat them as well, so you just have an infinite food device. Anyway, nothing at all to do with the matter at hand, but it came to my mind now that we're dealing with these bugs. Ugh, I shouldn't have done that. Evidently. Maybe some healing will assuage my woes. None of that. None of that. Ah, buggery. Not a score pickup, 50 score as well. Do things get any more a waste of time than that? Okay, how about another 50 score, since I appreciate it so much? What the heck is that? And does it now block my way? Oh, I didn't know it had a projectile attack. Damn, it might have been hiding some much needed health for me there. I feel like those things can drop on you, but I haven't seen them do any dropping. Yeah, what's the name of that hard-headed Mega Man foe? Because it really was just a rip-off of that, wasn't it? Alright, give me my 50 score. I've earned it. Not good with knowing the Mega Man enemy names. Mega Man is really just a vehicle to deliver excellent music to you. There we go. Problem, no problem. And it was one magic, and those things do drop down on you. Okay. Even Lucky doesn't know their names. Lucky, you live and breathe Mega Man. Alright, I'm pretty sure we have still quite a bit of level to go. We've got to go up and down. Although whether I'm playing this, you'd think I'm only having to go down. You stay away, I want this. Oh no, I don't want it, it's just magic. I know magic is good, but living is better. Health is in what one might call a very bad place. It's now marginally better, but I don't think it's enough for the ball. Oh, Christ! Okay, well, let's see just how good it is for the boss. Not very good. I always called them hard hats, but they're called Met or Metul. Yeah, hard hat would have been my choice, given their main thing is having a hard hat. I take it you're enjoying Odyssey so far, Jake. Did you try the grav ship yet? Yeah. I haven't bothered building a grav ship, but I did build a smaller ship to just doot around on. Being in space isn't very interesting. I'm more there just for the general content additions. It's better than the previous one, though. What was that? Anomaly? Anomaly I didn't really like. Because it just felt like its own game. And it wasn't a bad game, but it didn't really feel RimWorld to me. Well, I've been thoroughly smoked just getting this far. It's a bad feeling, but this whole level feels bad. This level just has no chill. Like, these guys are gonna come for me, but... yeah. Master does not do well in narrow corridors. I think I have to back away just to deal with you, because if you charge me there, I'm a sitting duck. And again, they attack through my attacks. So I can't stun them in midair like I can most other enemies. Whew. Vac barriers make good fridges. That's certainly one way to preserve things. I was surprised because the corpses you find in space are desiccating, and I was thinking, how are they desiccating? Because I find the corpse next to a stockpile of just meals. Not even packaged survival meal, just fine meal. And that thing's perfectly preserved. Oh dear. I'm on tenterhooks just to get through this level. No, you don't. That was dangerously close. If I recall, there was some health to be had here. And if you'll recall, I need it badly. That's so close, but so far. That is much better, though. Okay, the Master can cling on for dear life for just a little bit longer. What was the story here? Nothing good, I think. This was just score. And no, score does not mean prizes. You won't get an extra life at 50,000 or whatnot. Oh, is that true? Has anybody looked into the effect of score on this game? Maybe it has some hidden mechanisms, like giving us stuff that we need. No shortage of my needs here. My chances on the boss here are very slim. At least I know not to get immediately close to him. Ugh, we're not even there yet. An unpleasant level. Yeah, not happening. Maybe over to the left there's something to pick up. Life or health or something. I should check it out. Is this the worst level so far, though? I wonder. Because at least with Deathfield I knew what was coming. I know Deathfield is horrible. But Demon's Cave is just not a level I know well enough, because on normal mode you got a hard enough head to just punch through it. Alright, Jake, another 2 hours and then you can stop the sandbagging for my precious points. So you listened to me saying 5 hours, but which side of 5 hours did you take? I can't remember what time frame vote number 6 is, or 7 for that matter. I suppose I could figure it out. I know it started from below 3 hours, but who's got time for this kind of stuff? I'm busy trying to overcome this monstrously difficult game in a time far faster than anyone here can manage. It's probably not too... I bet Yaga could manage far faster now, with all of his incredible gaming prowess. I know it's sub 3.5 hour intervals, but you think I'm taking the time to figure out how many half-hour intervals that is? One of us is sorely mistaken, and it's you. Oh, bollocks. This is so nasty. Wait, I have an idea, and it might even be a good one. See this joker right here? Oh, come on! Not even close to killing him, and I get spawn camped by the grub. What even are they? They're flying grub things. How much contact damage do they do? 3. 3 for whatever that is. Lursalant is being advised that he has no time to accept new challenges with 480 hours of Grimoire awaiting. He's already sunk 120 into it. Having worked at Paradox, you'd think Jake would recognize these things. That is so long ago now. Joined them in, what, 2014 or 2015? I always forget which one. Left in 2019, which, you know, is now closer to a decade than not away. Okay, please just... let me through. Ooh, let me have that. That was amazing. Alright, I think it's worth taking 3 just to... oh, okay, that's a bit more than 3. Worth taking it to just get over that little spiky trap. Damn, you are old as balls. Well, a particularly old set of balls, perhaps. I have no problem with being or getting old. I don't see it as a malice. I grow older, wiser, and more powerful. I just don't know how to deal with those grubby things. This guy takes too long to kill, and those grubs come at very unpleasant angles. Well, I got to the boss once. Surely I can get there again and instantly die to him again. It might seem annoying that the view is obscured by these nest things that get in my face, but I don't even notice it. I think there's a bug here that normally just gets me. Not today. There must be a way that the game calculates drops from enemies. It feels very low, it feels like 1 in 50 perhaps, but that is surely something that can be gamed. I mean, look at that, what a drop! All of a sudden, we have something resembling a bit of confidence here, because I'm on full health. Not full lives, mind you, but that's a different story altogether. Now, can we remember to just deal with this? Of course we can. Get our score. It matters after all. A few seconds spent grabbing score could be the difference between somebody winning their bet and not today. I think it feels longer than it is. Okay, that was incredibly rude. Like I did 4 damage a pop. Thereby taking back the health that we got earlier, but the game continues to throw me the proverbial bone. I guess in this level it wouldn't really be bone. Shit in plate, maybe. Alright. Here we go. Oh, we said we wanted to check over to the left here. Surely there's something good. They wouldn't have... Oh wait, it was magic, I remember. I remember regretting going for it. That's not going to save me from any of the boss's hits. That could. Might be something over to the left. I'm not going for it. Hail, friend. No! How was a bug like that so much faster than me? I just wanted to get some distance and lob a fireball at him and we'd be done and done, but no, he was ready for me. He detaches earlier and hard, does he not? I recall hearing that the speed at which he detaches is determined on how far away you stay from him, so he's meant to punish you for keeping distance. Of course, he punishes you for being close, but the trick is to be right under him and make him turn around a lot, because his turning around animation renders him a bit useless. However, that is just information that I have heard, and I've seen in practice, but it's not something I've done, which is why I'm not doing it. Something that people often fall for is they hear something can be done, So they think, oh, yeah, you should just do it, right? Sometimes there are advanced techniques to these things that you can't just instantly mimic and expect to succeed. That said, that would sound better if I wasn't currently getting roasted alive in this level. Oh my god. It's so oppressive. I'm just gonna go and die, of course. There's very little point in doing this with one of my very precious lives already wasted. I'm interested to hear the different endings that Grimoire has. Surely you wouldn't settle for battle ending, L'Ursulante. You've got to figure out the mystery of the winged exemplar? Or the winged herald? Herald of the... Let's not pretend I've spent any mental energy on Grimoire in the past several years. Also, it's worth bringing up, since it might have gotten drowned out by all the act raising going on here, the attempts to raise my act, but I'm doing the next long play vote after this. I've already forgotten the selection of games at hand, but surely you remember better than I do. And you can take your winnings from the gambling here and use it to back whichever vote you prefer. In retrospect, it's kind of generous that the... oh gosh. Kind of generous that the regular blue bugs actually do die in... Oh no. Whew. That they do die in 3 hit points worth of damage, because it means you can just nail them with the diagonal attack. One actually satisfying thing about this godforsaken level. Why do those guys get to do 4 damage? 4 damage! It's not ethical. Okay, that was pretty good. Hug the right on that drop, and you'll have a much easier time. Get back here, taste my sword. Also, the egg takes as much damage as the fully hatched bug. There's no end to the problems with all this. Gonna get the ethics department on call for this. This is not the hardest mode that the game has to offer, by the way. The game has this very strange difficulty set password, and I think it's called 210 mode, which makes the game unbelievably difficult. Things like bosses having 250 hit points and things to that effect. Now, that's stuff that actually makes that timer a concern. I, of course, am not mad enough to do that, but I think PJ Dice Care did, because he is certifiably insane. Great streamer, though. Oh. Made a boo-boo there, but that's fine. Some score will be my bomb. Oh, I forget that thing every time. And it's just a 4 damage tax on my memory. It would pay to remember that that guy comes down as well. I'm just throwing health away for no good reason. And we're not even at the end yet, of course. We've got to get through another gauntlet after that very happy-looking bug thing. You don't hide anything, do you? Killing you is a waste of time, isn't it? Yes, complete waste. Don't be fooled. There's only magic over there. Magic is good, but it doesn't win this. I should also remember that you drop down there. It's another in a long line of nasty gotchas in this level. Alright, one more gauntlet. It is time. Time for you to die, Bugman. Now, if you could kindly come down to play, eat my magics, and then die. Whew, now I'm winning with 1 hit point remaining. Let's go and crush the humans' Tower of Babel. A lot of enemies and bosses have 255 health in those, says Yaga. PJ once ran through some of them. Crazy how long he needed to combo various bosses. I can... My thumbs shrivel up in fear at the thought of how much mashing you need to do to kill them there. Right, Humbleton. Wait, is it Humbleton? Have I missed a level? I feel like I have. Humbleton? There we go. Tower of Souls is here. Remember, there was very strict religious censorship on Nintendo games back in the day. I don't know if there still is. Americans get so funny about their religion, but they get funny about everything, don't they? The world would be better off if we hadn't found that continent. Did you do Castle, the Golden Castle? Oh, heavens, yes. Went considerably better than some of the other levels. I expected it to be my worst level. Didn't expect Bug Zone to be the worst. Right. Fortunately, the Medusa heads still die in 1 down stab, so they've got 2 health. And also, fortunately, the music at Tower of Souls is awesome. Unfortunately, the humans' technology is so advanced that I can't kill damn near any of their robots in 1 hit. So it is likely in my best interest to just leg it. And make no allusions to look at this, scrubs, look at this. I will only be hurt for my hubris. Don't actually know if the Master's shield can block those projectiles, and I probably shouldn't even find out. First time here, it is a bit intimidating, right? It's hard to even tell what you can and cannot jump on. Am I meant to go left or right here? Right. I hate the mages so much. I wouldn't even mind so much if they just came in from the side of the screen. But their ability to just warp on top of you is beyond egregious. Oh crap, where's the look at this scripts moment? It's above here, right? That's the drop that we want. I think we want it, I don't remember what's in it. And even if I did remember what's in it, it might have changed on hard mode. This music just feels kind of Terranigma-like. I feel like I'm in Baruga's lab. I thank you for arousing me. Ah! Are those cannon shell beings there on normal mode? I have no recollection of even dealing with that. It's certainly unpleasant. Yeah, you don't think about the enemy density changes on harder mode, but damn, is it brutal. The same people did Terra Enigma. Quintet, yes. Absorbed to death by Squeenix. Ugh. If you have technology, why do you also get to use the magics? It's not fair. least they show a little bit of restraint and not have the mages spawn out of thin air whilst you're doing this very, very tight jump. Ugh, it's not that jump. Not that tight, but it'd certainly be a lot tighter if we had to deal with the magic. Don't know much about that drop up there. Short hops, short hops. Short hops. I can't hop onto buggery while these flying Medusa heads are coming at me, though. Come on. At least I didn't jump off the cart. Who would do such a thing? Now it's all quiet in the Sombra front, I'm afraid. He doesn't like it when ActRaiser's brought up. This is a complete waste of time, by the way. There is no chance in hell that I'm getting through the boss rush on 5 hit points. I mean, I might not even get through this thing. Whatever it is. Yep. Quintet actually did show themselves in Terra Enigma. If you defeat the garbage can monster in Neo Tokyo, you can spawn the Quintet office building where the developers have their cameos. Terra Enigma is such an amazing game. Utterly blew my mind back in 1990, whenever that was. First video game to make tears absolutely flow from my eyes, and come to think of it, probably the only one. Oh, come on, you'd have to be a heartless monster, Pepper, not to feel something. Or maybe German. Ooh, you can attack into those. Fascinating. I mostly remember being really confused about Terra Enigma's plot as a kid. I was really upset by the goat. I wasn't bothered that much by the goat, but it wasn't until much later I realized that you can return to that spot in the Frozen Mountains. Where is that in the real world? I forget. But yeah, you can return to the goats area and then you'll just find their corpses. Both of them. The lady goat does not make it. I find it pretty hard to empathize with anthropomorphized things in games. That's why I have very little concern about the androids in Detroit Become Human. I said at the time, 1, they're fictional. 2, they're androids. 3, they're Americans. How was I meant to have any empathy? I have no memory of having to dodge those giant attacks. Well, not giant, but the mortar attacks. So I am of the opinion that that's an addition on hard mode. Or maybe their frequency is something that gets cranked up. It's hard to tell. What I can tell you is that I'm having a particularly bad time here in the Tower of Babel. And the bad times are going to be followed by the even worse times. That I can further guarantee you. And the reason I can be so prophetic is because the boss rush is hard as hell on... Oh, wow, that was good. The boss rush is hard as hell on normal mode, never mind hard mode. So all those bosses that we've had a horrible time against, we're going to have another similarly horrible time against. Yeah, look at that, scrubs. Oh! Okay, the throwdown begins now. Or maybe it's just the throw. First, the bird? No, it's you! I am taking no chances with you. We're just going to play this by the freaking book, which is jump, dive, duck. 3 damage at a time to it. Do bear in mind that blocking pushes you back. Maybe a cheeky little love tap on the back. It's not a huge risk, and it does speed up the fight. Got to think about those people that bet on me getting a reasonable time here. I also want to put a shout out to myself, who estimated 5 hours. And that estimate's looking really good right now. Of course, hey Yagamoth, you got any fond memories of the Tower of Babel you'd like to share with the rest of the class? After all, at the time you were the Trailblazer hard mode player. So having seen everybody make their way through this and struggle their way through it on normal mode, surely you have some recollections of what you were feeling when you had to do it on hard. Okay, so this time I do not get the joy of the terrain being on my side, so I'm just going to use the tried and tested stab through everything technique, which actually is just the jump over him technique. At this point, brandishing the sword is just for style points. How would you have the time for this if these guys have 255 health? It makes negative sense. Honestly, I don't even remember much, aside from being glad that I mostly figured out the bosses the first time I encountered them. Yeah, good. Also, that was a snake that blows up and hurts you if you have the audacity to walk on its dead body. Right, the fight that I am not looking forward to is the gargoyle. Fortunately, this is not yet the gargoyle. I'm still not looking forward to you, mind you. I'm just treating this like the centaur. Take as little risk as possible. As little risk as possible. I should probably block instead of jumping through that. Or we stay far away. Ooh, this is quite handy. I hadn't considered this. After all, this boss is a complete joke. Who on earth would die to him? Pretty sure this guy has claimed my life in the past, though. I think I'm baiting him out to attack by drawing in close to him. Oh, but I'm jumping way too high on my attack. Probably just giving him a pleasant massage on the head. Oh, that's good positioning. That's real good positioning. And then freebie. And the freest of the freebies is... Now, hold on. Let's not throw this now. I thought about going on the offense, and then I thought against it. Magnificent. Now for times to get worse. I think we fight the Casper. No, it's Pegasus, of course. Right. That is deeply unfortunate. However, maybe we can work with it. When he's close, he charges extra far. And that lets us do that. When he's far away, he doesn't charge as deeply into me. So let's just do it like this. Again, consistency and not taking damage, far greater a priority than getting this done quickly or stylishly. Because I can still mess this up. These jumps are not free. They might look pretty free. But as I've mentioned a few times before, the master handles like a school bus. Wonder if I have the ActRaiser highlights thing. I should have it in my highlights folder. I think I'll whap it out at the end just for a nice nostalgia trip. Even though we saw the video like a couple months ago. That is ancient channel lore. May as well pay homage. Right, next one, and he's smoked. Because after that, I can just wheek through him. And he's gone. Very funny. Now, the problem, of course, is that it's not over. We have to deal with Casper and then the gargoyle, I believe. Casper I'm a little unsure about. I hope I can just stab him in the face again. His little buddies are stronger now. Okay, but fortunately he still dies very easily to my very fair and balanced approach. Okay, now for the most stressful one by far. Maybe I can just start you cornered and killed. No, you're not allowed to do that. I'm getting away. No! Okay, I get another chance, but... oh dear God, this is going to be tight. Alright, humanity, I've had it up to here with you. This is your God speaking. Cease your technological advances. You better not do his timey-wimey nonsense on me. Oh, that was bad. We did it! Oh, yes. Babel is down. He has an attack that just freezes you in place for 8 seconds, and he can and will kill you during that time. He can also chain it over and over again. Freezes you for 8, freezes you for another 8. It's very fair and balanced. But luck is a skill, so I had a very skilled fight with him. That was amazing. We one-shot the boss gauntlet. Oh, nice. And now onwards to the grand finale, Deathheim. Are you prepared? I was born prepared. Naturally, we're going to take Kame's palace, complete with a hyperbolic time chamber, and just ram it straight into the mountain. No, you one-shot the mini-boss gauntlet. Oh, big words from a guy that hasn't beat this bloody game, young. I know you don't like platformers, but there's plenty of games I don't like. I still struggle against the odds and crank out victory after victory. He claims to have served his time. Okay, so this angel's been holding out on us. He, for some reason, had a much, much better sword than us, which we now take. Oh, look at this! Lucky and I were talking about the game, and we thought it kind of feels like the whole game was meant to be played with this from the start. Well, be that as it may, I've got work to do. This is actually kind of difficult because you don't have a platform to stand on. You gotta dance around the falling boulders and avoid the spikes on the ground. without getting too greedy. And that's the hard part. I love to be greedy. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's greed right there. Got greedy for good positioning, and instead I ate some snail laser beams. If only Yagamoth was more than 5% French, maybe he could explain what in the world this boss is really all about. Oh, this is gonna hurt, isn't it? Yes! I actually died to this boss on normal mode, which at the time I thought was disgraceful, but... Is he actually any harder on hard mode? Maybe he's hitting a little harder than normal. Alright, well, he's gonna die real freaking soon. The problem is, so am I. There is a respite in this entire situation, though. Oh, come on! I was meant to shank him with that attack, and it looked like it connected to me, but... he had different ideas. Alright, this should be practically nothing. Just stand here and attack. Get out of here, ugly. Okay, I'm sorry for calling you ugly, but do get out of here, please. Wait, isn't there health over on the right-hand side? I might have messed up. Okay, no, maybe there is on... I could have sworn there is. Yeah, remember this guy? Oh. Well, since I'm about to die anyway, maybe I can try the technique, see if it works as easy as it looks. The idea is that he keeps swinging around, and that means he can't come down to play. No, he absolutely can come down to play. Alright, well, let's hope you're dying real soon, like now. Good enough. Okay, now for the super fun part. Remember this guy? He brought a friend this time. The friend is a 1-up that you can collect every time you enter the fight. Come on, fly a little higher, will you? Oh, this is bad. He was meant to be just a little bit higher so I could stab him to death. Alright, I'd rather die here to get my health back, but let's at least get a bit of practice with Dragon. Dragon's really fun, fair, balanced, and all those other things. He just does this. And there's practically nothing you can do about his whims. He just decides to blow you off, then he's blowing you off. But I came a little close to killing him, so I'm not minding dying there. I want to... If I want to have any hope of winning here, I need my health. Yeah, that is just how you dismantle that guy. Just get inside him when he doesn't have his shield. His shield hurts you, but his body does not, so... Freaking dragon scum! If he blows you when you're attacking, you have no answer. You just get blown. Okay, let's try again. They must have known how god-awful this dragon... Oh, he also does that. He can just appear and then ram right into you. And he gets a good laugh out of it. And I'm sure what's going through... Oh, you son of a... I'm sure what you were wondering, in addition to everything else, is what happens if you go too high? The dragon doesn't care. He can respawn wherever he wants on the screen, like right on top of you. But you will die if you go off the top of the screen. Come on, dragon. Rotter. Hey, you can also just stay at the top of the screen. Get out of here. Right, now for... Oh, you stay away from that. It does massive damage. You can also teleport, including teleporting you. That's good. You just stay right there, buddy. We can all get along. Is it Tower of Babel time? Good. Not good. You rascal. Completely fair and bad. Oi, get off of me. That can still kill you. Okay, whew. Alright, who bet under 4 hours? We gotta have a talk. I'm listening. Please, Jake, you owe me one. How many hits can you get on that thing? I forget. Uh-oh. Oh, that's really bad. I missed them. I missed them wholesale. The ones at the bottom can be a royal pain. Whew. Scholars are going to be talking about how good a recovery that was. Mm-hmm. Don't get greedy on the heart. The heart will kill me. I got greedy on the heart. Okay. I just wanted my health back, obviously. Couldn't handle the pressure of not having enough life. Never even thought about how to deal with Tanza if you don't just hug the heart. Must be a way to do it, right? 1, 2, 3, brap. Let's not be more greedy than 1, 2, 3, and we will lower it if the timing is awkward with his mouthy attacks. Case in point, could have gotten 2, decided against it. One, two, three, brap. And life is good. Tanzra also does contact damage. I don't know how much because the game hides your health bar in this fight. Very cool. Yeah, I could have gotten 3 there. That was really, really bad, because I missed the down one, didn't get the damage in, and I took damage. Oh, good thing I don't have any points on the line. Can you imagine that? While we're here, I would love to know, does Tanzer have more health on hard mode? I don't know how much health he normally has, but I'm curious if this is actually just the same fight on hard mode. Oh my god, that was not intentional. My thumb just decided it wanted to go in for a fourth attack. That was a lot of damage to take. One, two, three. Brap. What have I ever done to you? Provided me with hours of entertainment, young. Well, let's not forget all those times you were there for me in Peak. Offering me a helping hand. And oh, all those times offering me helpless, selfless advice. On my own many, many runs. What'll it be, Heart? That was good. Got the red one there. The blue one's not a big deal. It just comes at you straight. The red one can be a little awkward when it comes from below, though. I bet you can do a better job on this guy if you go for more damaging attacks. Tanjira has 66% more health on hard. Fascinating. So we gotta play this perfectly for longer. Good to know. It'd be cool if his heart, you know, visibly got more damaged as we went along, especially considering the game doesn't keep health bars at this point. Right, didn't like that. I attacked too early, so I was not chancing the third hit there. Oh god, I messed that up entirely. I have continued to mess it up entirely. It's okay. Greed is a skill, I think. Is that how the saying goes? Not risking that at all. No way. Could've. Done. Oops, I accidentally set it to 0. How can this be? I better look at the runtime of my stream. It says I've been going for 4 hours and 1 minute. Okay. Oh, not bad. I never normally fat finger like that, but going from controller to my button that I use to pause the timer, I hit my other button that completely cancels it. Whew. Alright, there we go. ActRaiser 2. I really thought I'd need 5 hours for that. Didn't even need 4. That was below 350, wasn't it? Yeah, just too freaking good. That's the problem. Right, before there are any questions about the outcome, let's get it sealed and deal. Only 4% of the points went on the correct choice here. And it's only 3 people that voted for it. They're going to be drinking deeply from the well of despair. There we go, let's get that zipped and shipped. This was between 3.5 and 4 hours. Enjoy your points, my most fervent believers. Well, there were those that believed a bit more, but they were delusional. 103,000... Wait, 1.03 million channel points? That's really high for something that isn't the weekly one-shot. And it's going to just 3 people? This doesn't feel right. Oh well. Better sign on that dotted line. Whilst this credits scroll, and we can enjoy Master kind of falling to pieces here, Why don't we take a moment to congratulate the true believers? I want to find my prediction outcome, please. That looks a lot like it. Let's trim off the unnecessary top. Elongate it. Actually, couldn't we make it a little thinner? Yes, yes, there we go. Dark Young, the wealth redistribution master. To think, if he'd put in more, and he could have had more, he could have had a much bigger slice of this particularly tasty pie. Six Sock and Shadowcry also come out like bandits. How often do you make 25 times your investment on a bet? This is practically winning on the roulette wheel. Below 3 hours was really delusional. With that, you'd have to play really, really well, and even then, it only takes one. That's, it's even under twice my time on normal mode. Don't underestimate how bollocking hard this game is. The very cheeky votes, those that thought they could get something for nothing by voting on what nobody else did, Pistachio and Spy and Moochie. Goosey, you could have just put in 10 votes here, would have been the same, and you would have lost less, just putting that one out there. Ninjan thinking I'd need almost 5 hours for this. I thought we were closer than that, Ninjan. And then there's Not So Premium Countertop Juicer losing loads of points. Needing 6 hours. Marvin, come on! I definitely thought we were tighter than that. Yeah, Pandy challenging the up to 7. And then these losers that think I need more than 7 hours of this baby game. What is wrong with them? Yeah, what is right with them? Worthless losers, the lot of you. Hang your head in shame. It's just projection. They can't imagine themselves doing this well at this bollocking hard game. So it's hard for them to understand how someone else can be God's gift to gaming. A common problem. Oh, let's not forget to add my name to the board here. What was it? It was like 348 something. There we go. Ah, life is good. I mean, just go and beat that if you will. It can't be that hard. Jake trapped them by putting the times on the screen. What do you mean trap? Those are all the people that have ran hard mode ActRaiser 2 and beaten it in this community. Yagamoth, ClownX, Lursalant, and yours truly. And in fact, I could beat each of them sequentially. Oh, it feels good. It's good to be bad. Anyway, the crux of the ending here is because we beat it on hard mode, our statue that has been weathered by time simply cannot be destroyed. The master lives. Forever. Forever. I thought the statue gets restored. Maybe it only happens if you win without continues. I could have sworn it gets restored. Oh, damn. Oh, well. How humiliating. I never understood why they even put these in consoles, because most of them didn't have the ability to save high scores. So is it expecting you to play this over and over again with other people? Because if you load up the game again, your names and high scores are all gone. I guess they just did it because it's the done thing. It's like today. There'll be a time when we look back on all these yellow paint shenanigans and think, why were people putting yellow paint in their games? And it's just because it was the done thing. Anyway, suck it, John. I'm an order of magnitude better than you. Consider your challenge accepted, Jake. My motivation to beat the mod challenge has been renewed. To put it in the words of one of my betters, Lursalant, you can't do it, kid. I'm the best. You with the master. You can't even catch a deep freeze. Ah.